Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome. I don't have any music playing because we're going to be watching videos and reacting and stuff, so there's no point in putting that up at the moment. I hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time zone it is for you, my dears. Let me go ahead and pop out my chat so I can see. I'm still waiting for a package, so I need to, Hey, thank you so much, Space Lizard, for that resub. Hello, thank you. Um, I think probably when I tab over to gaming, I'm gonna turn off those notifications just so they're not there. And I gotta figure out what's going on with Stream Elements and why it's doing that. I think it was Stream Elements. I don't know why it was doing that. Let me see just real quick. I don't even... Maybe it wasn't Stream Elements. Maybe it was something else. I don't know. I don't know why that's doing that. Okay. Whatever. I gotta figure that out later. I don't know what is actually doing that. It should not be doing it, but anyway. Thank you so much for the 5th sub in a row, Space Lizard. I appreciate you. What is Streamlabs doing exactly? I could sometimes be unhappy with plugins. It was throwing like the alert instead it was showing like a wrong alert visual, so I don't know why it was actually doing that, but I mean, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I don't know why it was throwing it. 'Cause I'm just gonna see. No, I guess it was Streamlabs. Anyway, I keep mixing up the 2 spicy nacho cheese Doritos. Oh, that sounds yummy. Yummy. Streamlabs. That's odd. It's not as bad as the time was spam in someone's chat. Yeah, I don't know why. It's showing, it was showing the incorrect art. It was supposed to like show like the really pretty art that has like the flowers and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. But anyway, how are all of you today? Are you guys good? I've been waiting for this package to like arrive since this morning. It said it was supposed to be it was said it was supposed to be delivered between 10 and 2 p.m. and the FedEx guy just keeps driving back and forth past the house and actually not dropping it off at my house, and it's like really annoying. Oh, maybe it was the resub. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn the resub off. I don't need the resub notification like that. You're doing okay? I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing some educational reaction videos today. I don't have any of them prepared. I'm just gonna go through the channel and we're gonna watch certain ones, so. Yeah. Why is it driving further away from my place? Come on, man. Just drop off my fucking Switch. It's so crap. I didn't even get a choice on it. Because, like, I went through Best Buy. And I got, like, a Switch, too. Because I want to play Pokopia. And I'm going to play that on Monday. But, yeah. It is what it is. Are you sure it's driving and not flying? I don't know, man. It's, like, driving back and forth. I just see it, like, going across the map back and forth. And not even at the place that it's supposed to be going to. I know there's other people. But it's like, how do you go from point A to point K to point B to point E instead of like going like you're going all over the map and you're going back and forth in front of like the main street. Well, I mean, maybe it's because it is on the main street, but it's like, come on. I just want my Switch, so I mean, that's just all that is. But yeah, let me go ahead and let's see if I had to get a package delivered to a P.O. box because the driver couldn't find my house. Oh, that sucks. That's no good. That's no good. Yep. So I think the first thing I need to go through my streaming ideas. Maybe how they arranged the inside of the truck. Oh, that's a good point. You're probably right. You're probably right, actually. First one I want to watch is this is Olympics curling stones. Let me go ahead and tab on over to the proper place. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. I was using Kobo as an example, so Kobo, we're not going to watch that video. We're not going to actually watch that video. Let's just pause this. Okay. Hopefully it's not being delivered by a homing pigeon. Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. Are we gonna act up because you don't like the fact that I have a little thing that says you can't show me ads for days? Let me refresh this. Sorry, guys. Might be having a little bit of issues with this. There we go. I think it's loading now. Maybe it's not. You already watched this video? I haven't watched it, actually. Totally get how Kobo feels, too. I feel that way. Yeah. Kobo's a mood. Kobo's a mood. Let me turn this off. Oh.
Using rare granite.
It won't even let me pause. Okay. Okay. Had to rescue Amazon driver because they first started delivering packages after their GPS sent them through waterlogged wheat field a mile across my actual driveway. That's a third-party thing. Hold on. It's giving me some issues. I'm so sorry, guys. But I don't want to watch your ads. I don't want to why? I don't want to watch, like, 30 ads just to watch one video. Hello, Insane Monkey. Oh my god, I might have to turn... I'm not even on Chrome. I'm not even on Chrome.
Using rare granite.
Okay, hold on. It's still acting up. How do people fucking do this? I don't even have uBlock Origin on. You use Premium? They're not getting any money from me. Yeah, it's acting up. It's because, yeah, I do. It wasn't so bad recently, but it's been more recently a big fucking problem. Give me a second. I've turned it off. I just need to refresh. Why is it acting up? No. Oh, now you're breaking the page when I turned it off.
My work is easy because
Shut up. I don't
I
give
use
a
ClickUp.
fuck.
Here's how
I don't give a fuck. Shut up. No one cares. I don't care what you want. Sorry about this, guys. I'm gonna try to turn it back on. I'm using Brave. It's because of the ad blockers. It's literally because of the ad blockers. It usually wasn't this problem. This is more recent issue. This is literally just a more recent issue. I'm not having any issues like the past 2 days. Yeah, this is a new situation. I'm gonna make... Yeah. YouTube plus greed. Yep. Yeah, new emote. Okay, there we go. Okay. We're gonna go ahead. All right, now it looks like I was able to get it to work, so we'll continue. Sorry, guys. When did they update it? Was it just today? Oh, now it's broken again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, well, I'm gonna turn... I'm so sorry, guys. This was recent. I'm gonna have to get a different browser. Last couple months? Yeah, but I wasn't having these issues the other day. Was not having the issues the other day. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. This is so fucking embarrassing. Okay. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and start. Hello everyone and welcome to It's Just Horsetalk. Today we are going to be watching a video on why Olympic curling stones are so expensive. So, let's get right into it. Or not. Or not. Or not! YouTube, there is nothing playing now. There's no ad blocks. There is no ad blockers on now. YouTube, you're pissing me off. Man, if this is the case. Hello there. Welcome, welcome. Yep. Yep. Oh, man. Is my curse transferring to you or what? I don't know. I just want to watch this fucking video and react to it. It keeps crashing. I'm on the most recent. I think I'm on the most recent.
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain.
Shut up. No one cares. Won't even let me skip ads. I don't know, man. It's just not working. And I have my ad blockers turned off. Oh my god. Of course we're gonna have shit today. I'm so irritated, bro. Tech version. Might just VPN to France for no ads then. I might have to VPN. I have to go get grab, but I have to like put my VPN. I have to put a VPN on. We can pretend this is intended. I know, but I was supposed to do work today with this. We have ads too? Oh god. Okay, let me see. I want to make sure that yeah, I'm on the same one, a V 1.87.192. Let me see. Try this again. Putting a dot before the euro, get rid of the ad. I mean, there's a dot already. Quick, someone tell me a different browser to use because this is so fucked up. Okay, maybe we can work now?
Using rare granite from just one island in the world, experienced stonemasons turn these giant boulders into hundreds of uniform curling
That's
stones.
huge!
But these aren't just any curling stones. Using rare granite from just one island in the world, experienced stonemasons turn these giant boulders into hundreds of uniform curling stones.
Didn't they just repeat that?
But these aren't just any curling stones. They're the only ones allowed in the Olympic Games. A single stone certified.
Okay, and then it's breaking. Oh, fuck. Okay, do you guys suggest another browser that I'm not going to have issues with, because I don't even know why I'm running into this? Yeah. YouTube is completely fucking broken for me. Netscape. Opera. GNU Ice Cat? What is that? It's a version of Firefox. I wonder if it's having packet issues for some reason. I'm not sure. Is Ice Cat good? Can I use this? You like it? Is there gonna be, is it good with ad blocking and stuff? Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Oh, there's some oh, okay, it's kind of. It's a fork of Fireworks, so it should work with all that. Okay. Is there any others that, are okay? Okay. It says that it's... Okay. Stop! Okay. Sorry about this, guys. I feel so embarrassed. There's only showing me Linux. Okay, there we go. It's just GNU Talk, episode 1. I know, right? Okay. Okay, I think I found it. Okay. Put a dot after the .com of YouTube.
Using rare granite from just one island in the world, experienced stonemasons turn these giant boulders into...
Okay, we'll try.
Using rare granite from just one island in the world, experienced stonemasons turn these giant boulders into hundreds of uniform curling stones.
Oh, that's fascinating.
But these aren't just any curling stones. They're the only ones allowed in the Olympic Games. A single stone certified for the Olympics costs over $600. That makes a full set.
And then it's breaking. Okay. This is really pissing me off. Okay. I feel so embarrassed. Like, I was supposed to do this whole thing, and I used to do these videos in the past and have absolutely no issues. Hold on, let me just go back to the the just chatting. No one's gonna sit here and want to listen to me, like, try this and keep fucking around and stuff. I feel so flustered with this. I'm sorry, guys. Let me try to get this browser running. Oh, I can't. The app will not run on my... The Ice Cat will not run on my computer. It already says that it cannot run on my computer. And that was the most recent one. That was the Windows 24. I can't use that app. I don't know why, but it just gave me an error. Windows said you cannot use this on your computer. Your computer is fake from Snake. I know, man. Yeah, I'm on Windows. I was using the Windows downloader too. On Ice Cat. I'm sorry. Yeah, I play. There's a lot of video games that I play so that require Windows, and Linux and stuff will not properly run through. And I'm stupid, so I mean, with technology. I'm a horse, so, okay, let me see. But apparently, I want a Libra wolf. I've heard of that. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. Okay, should I reinstall my Opera? I don't like Opera. I'm half tempted to reinstall Opera. How's your Steam wish list looking? Horrible. Steam has gotten better at handling Windows-only games for Linux, but it still requires work to run other games. Yeah. Because, I mean, there's other things that I play besides off of Steam, though. Like, I play Final Fantasy XIV, and it does not play nice with Linux. Final Fantasy XIV is a game that I've been playing since 2.0, and it does not play well with Linux, so... It makes me sad. I guess I could try Molvad. I wonder if Molvad's any good. Of course, now it's gonna act up. Let me get some music. Yep, I'm out of luck, yep. Let me get some music. We'll just chat for a little bit while I try to figure out something to use instead that's not gonna, like, completely, like, shit the bed. Let me get some music going. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hold on. They had to have done something to, like, fuck with things. There we go. Sorry. So is Chat Pro Turner, huh? Honse music. Sorry it's so loud. Sorry it was so loud. Sorry. I tried to fix it. Okay, let me see if I can find us a different browser. Let me see if I can find us a different browser. I don't have to reinstall Opera. But if it's already, but if like the forks for like Chrome, like Brave is acting up, I don't know how well like Firefox is gonna work. There was Pale Moon. I used to use Pale Moon. I'll search out a VTubers another. Yeah, but the thing is that this just happened. Like, I was not having any of these issues, like, last night at all, and earlier today, so... Welcome to Stablemates! Hello! Welcome! Thank you for the subscription, I appreciate that. Oh boy. Is it really a stream without any scuff? Usually not so much of a problem. Oh yeah, there's something been going on the past 24 hours. YouTube looked like it fucked around with things. You love the scuff. I hate the scuff. It pissed me off, man. Okay, I'm just gonna swatch over. Have you tried so far Brave, Opera, Ice Cat? Are we all no good? I haven't reinstalled Opera, but I think I'm gonna go grab a Firefox at this point. I might have to grab Firefox. Didn't really want to use Opera, but if I need to, I will. Let's install it real quick. No, I don't want to install as my default browser. No, I just need it for this. There we go. Let's try this again. Okay. IceCat didn't work because IceCat was the Windows version of it's not properly working. Can your sister pull tech support being a kitsune and all? No, she's not. She's not that good of a. No, sadly not. Okay, let me go ahead and try Firefox and let me get. I want to grab. I don't care. Leave me alone. And I want to grab. I usually don't run into the issue at all. Just try this again. Okay. Alright. Alright, I have no idea if this is gonna work. Let's go ahead and tab on over. Add an oyster or king crab legs? Oysters. I don't like, I actually do not like king crab. There's other crab that I like. Okay, it is definitely working on Firefox. Okay, so there's something going on with Crewminium. There's something going on with Crewminium. Well, we're not going to deal with that. Okay, let's tab on over. Okay. It's prime time, guys. It's prime time. Look at that, it's prime time. Oh, man. Okay, let's try this. Curling stones. All right. I'm gonna resize this a little bit. We're gonna resize this a little bit. Alright, Search Society says best option was the Microsoft Edge. Of course, it's probably like the thing that was like, you know. Okay, hold on. Not used to this, so you guys have to just bear with me a little bit. You use Edge? Ifrit. Are we gonna have a talk, Ifrit? Ifrit. Okay. I'm so sorry. This is so fucking embarrassing. Like, no shit, it is. There we go. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to watch this. Let me mute the music. Stop it. Yep, that's what I'm using now. So, I'm hoping... Oh, hold on! My package has been delivered! They probably left it over the... threw it over the fence. Hold on. I gotta go check... I gotta go grab my package. And it's different people. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh my god, I am so sorry. They just threw it over the fucking fence. Okay, I'll open it later. But for now, I got so much shit that we gotta get done, and I'm already like 40 minutes late into this stream, and no one wants to be here and just hearing me bitch. So we're gonna get right into this. So I feel like the edgies are somehow. Be nice. Be nice to each other. Okay. We're gonna try this again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure. I need to put a thing. There's a thing, a stream marker. I want to add stream marker with description. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me turn off alerts before we begin. Before we begin, rant stream is a must. Rant stream is a must. We're gonna turn off that off. What is this? Oh, that's a different head pad. We don't need that anymore. Get rid of that. There's stuff in here that I didn't even know that I had. Okay. Alerts are off. Okay. Hey everyone, and welcome to It's Just Horsetalk. For our first episode, we're going to be covering why curling stones are so expensive. No, we're not, because it didn't change the browser sounds. Oh my god!
Island.
Hey, horses can talk, yes.
In the world.
We're gonna increase
Stonemasons
this.
turn
Not
these
that far.
giant boulders into hundreds of uniform.
Okay. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again, guys. Hey folks, welcome to It's Just Horse Talk. Today we're going to be talking about why curling stones are so expensive. Let's get right into it.
Using rare granite from just one island in the world, experienced stonemasons turn these giant boulders into hundreds of uniform curling stones. But these aren't just any curling stones. They're the only ones allowed in the Olympic Games.
The absolute speaking of the Olympics, it's really funny because the absolute amount of oh my god. I know exactly enough to not to know what exactly I'm watching with curling, and I love it.
Single stone certified for the Olympics costs over $600.
Wow.
That makes a full set of 16 stones worth $9,600.
Wait a minute, that's like, can we start like using Nintendo Switch 2 as curling stones then? They're about the same price.
So how are Olympic curling stones made? And why are they so expensive? Since 2006, every curling stone used in the Olympic Winter Games has come from here. It's produced stones since 1851, But today, there are just 10 people in the world who make them.
That's so crazy. Like, only, like, 10 people in the world making these. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on when you look at, like, dying industries. I wouldn't say necessarily this is a dying industry, but it's really sad, like, when you have, like, industries that are on the edge of, you know, not having successors. It's really, really, it's kind of sad.
They love what they do. They're very passionate about it because they know that this particular block of granite they're working on that becomes a curling stone could be the stone that's thrown for the gold medal at the Olympic Games. It could be the stone that decides a world championship.
That's amazing.
Every stone comes from one tiny island off the coast of Scotland.
Wow.
For over a century, masons have ventured to Ailsa Craig Island to harvest granite for curling stones. Until its lease expires in 2050, Kay's is the only company in the world with permission to harvest granite here. And for curling, Ailsa Craig's granite structure is the gold standard. But getting granite to the mainland is far from simple.
What happens, like, when they run out of stone? I mean, will they ever run out of stone from this one island? They need horses to get the granite, so we can take the island for granite. They'll just plant new ones. We only need to take out 10 people to end curling. They'll dig up some more, I think. We'll see.
Well, the harvesting process is a logistical work of art, I think. There is nothing on the island, as you say. It's uninhabited. There's no water supply other than some running water from the rivers and streams on the island. There's no electricity supply, so we have to take absolutely everything with us.
That's like some severe camping, man. That's like some actual, like, it's not even glamping at that point. It's like you have to take everything with you. That's wild. I think the thing is because of how quarrying works, the island is effectively a virtually an endless supply of granite. Wow. The island seems pretty big for a big supply. I guess so.
Kay's uses two types of granite from the island to produce curling stones. First, there's blue hone granite, which makes up the layer that runs along the ice.
Oh.
Then common green is used for the part that strikes other stones.
Oh.
This is Ailsa Craig common green granite.
So they use two different types of granite to make the stone. It's not just one stone. I thought it was always literally just one physical stone that they cut. Wow.
Makes up the full body of the stone. You can also see this slightly lighter grayer colour granite inside, and this is Ailsa Craig blue hone.
The
That's
rock
cool.
is densely constructed, thanks to how well its fine-grained crystals and the feldspar interlock. This makes the stone resilient. While other rocks might crack or splinter, Ailsa Craig granite stays intact amid cold temperatures and collisions.
Yeah, that makes sense. Please laugh. Firstly, this would just make it rubber because this sport is rubbish. No, Bebo! I love this sport. Even if I don't understand it whatsoever, the consistent thing for me is I don't understand this sport, but I know enough to get myself in trouble. You know, that's all I need to know. Rubber stones would be kind of funny. Yeah, can you imagine them bouncing off of, like, the other stones and just, like, absolute chaos on the ice? The curling stones look laminate, so they layer it. Yeah.
Most other rocks will have imperfections, like veins that cut through the stone. And while it's not free from weaknesses, there aren't many throughout Ailsa Craig rock. Weaknesses make it more likely a stone will fracture upon hard impact.
Oh.
Something that would upend a curling game.
Have they ever been, has a curling stone ever cracked? Does anybody know if a curling stone has ever cracked? When horses are bored, they can be troublemakers, so therefore we have to entertain our horses lest we face the consequences.
Before Kays can begin making stones, each rock is cut into slabs. But not all the granite the company harvests is suitable for a curling stone.
Oh. What do they do?
Sometimes areas of a slab have small imperfections that could cause it to erode or impact the game.
it's generally because there's a flaw or a fissure or a crack or something in it.
This is where the eye of the masons comes in. Throughout the process, they assess the granite and confirm it satisfies Olympic requirements.
The slab thickness, we're looking for 145 millimeters, 14.5 centimeters thick. Then that gives us the ideal depth for coring, which then allows us to shape the stone while retaining the weight.
From the slab, Case marks only the best parts worth coring, which are the areas it'll eventually shape into stones.
What do they do with the rest then? A Shatterstone would be a good season plot point. enough sock, then they crack. Yeah. I mean, they do, but like, what happens, like, if you're, like, in the middle of, like, playing a game and it cracks? Like, how that would... Like, I don't know what to think on that. Used for other things? Yeah, but what other things? I'm sure eventually they run or erode the rock when it needs to be replaced, hence this industry. Yeah, that's true.
We've gone to a lot of time and effort to bring this resource from an island over to the mainland, that we want to make the most effective use out of it. We can get boulders off the island that can be in the region of 5 to 7 tons. They will yield way more than 5 or 6 cheeses per ton. But if we average it out across a whole harvest, then if we get around 6 cheeses per ton, we're doing pretty well.
They call them cheeses, for no clear reason other than...
I suppose in one respect they maybe look like a Baby Bell cheese or something like that.
That's amazing! I didn't know they called them cheeses! I love that! Oh my god, that makes me smile so hard. Oh my god, rock cheese, rock cheese, rock cheese. Wow, that's so cool. This is my cheeses, it's a rock. I gotta eat it, please do.
I've never really thought about it too deeply, to be honest.
While the process today largely depends on machines, it needs experienced craftspeople to see each stage through.
The cutting process or the coring process is a skill or an art in itself. So while it's semi-automatic in terms of feeding itself in, the speed is manually controlled, and that's where the skill of the operator comes in.
After each cheese has been cored, masons chip away the excess stone around the corners and prepare it for shaping. The International Olympic Committee determines the size, shape, and weight of each stone for the games. Before the stone reaches its final shape, masons fit the blue hone granite into the common green body.
What is the stuff that they're using? What is the goo? What is the goo? 2 of your favorite things, curling stones and cheese? Yes, 100%.
The stone itself weighs 40 pounds, plus another pound for the handle.
Oh.
After it reaches its final form, it's time to polish it.
Oh, it's epoxy resin? Oh, okay.
Each stone needs to be uniform in weight, size, and running surface. The running surface on the bottom determines how much the stone curls. To curl, there needs to be friction between the ice and the stone. That roughness is achieved by the experienced hand of a mason.
Oh, it's 2-part like JB Weld? Oh, I see. That makes sense, okay. Wow. Like, how do you even get this job? I wonder.
Kay stores granite over time, returning to Ailsa Craig about once a decade.
Oh.
Other producers harvest granite from the Trevor Quarry in Wales.
Oh.
Kay's once sourced granite from Trevor too, but Mark says quality control issues turned it away. And it didn't hurt that the World Curling Federation preferred Ailsa Craig stones.
They found that the Case stones with the insert, the blue hone insert, were the best, because they also discovered that having a curling stone that's not got a blue hone insert will pit. It will has a certain porosity, it will pull in water, and water and ice will then freeze. When water freezes, it expands, leads to the detriment or the damage to the stone.
Oh, I see, okay.
While curling has recently skyrocketed in popularity, demand for stones has fluctuated since the game began. Curling is believed to have started in Scotland, but today, Canada is the most successful team in the history of curling.
Speaking of that, did you guys hear about the Nudge Gate? I can't believe, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed in that because, like, I really, really like Team Canada. I really like Team Canada, and I was really, really sad. Apparently, it skyrocketed in popularity. Yeah. I mean, after the dads won the U.S. dads won Olympic gold like some years back. Like, I got super into curling. Like, I still don't fully understand the sport, but like I said earlier, I know enough to get myself in trouble to know that I don't know what I'm watching, but I still really enjoy it, and I love when they yell hard, and like when they do the little squeegee thing, and I know about the hog line and the button, and even though like I've watched like quite a few games of it, I still don't fully understand.
Curling here goes back to the late 19th century.
Oh,
A
neat.
curling stone gets some last-minute polishing.
When many of the Scots who immigrated to Canada brought the game with them. By the 50s,
What? There's
Canada was
brooms!
building hundreds of curling rinks. Now retired, Jimmy Wiley worked at
Wait, they used brooms? I guess they wouldn't have squeegees back then. Huh?
Hayes during this period and saw the company thrive before demand dropped again.
When all of these new ice rinks in Canada were satisfied, the demand fell off dramatically. So we went from 25, 30 people down to about between 5 and 10 people.
Wow.
A major component that's kept the game and K's alive today, the Winter Olympics.
Wow.
When curling was put back into the Olympics, it was great. It was a momentous moment in terms of curling stone manufacture, because it suddenly opened curling up to the world.
So, alright, so, like, curling almost went extinct then. So curling almost went extinct. And it was because of the Winter Olympics that it became popular again. And Canada basically almost threw all of that away because there could have been a chance that curling could have possibly gotten, like, removed, I assume. Like, because like the that chick from Australia who did the break dancing and stuff, it resulted in like the breakdancing getting removed. That would be so depressing because like it's such a small little industry, and I wouldn't want to see like stuff like dwindle because I really like curling. I like watching curling. I think it's an interesting sport.
In 1998, there was only 25 countries in the world that were in any way involved in curling, and now 20 years later, that's almost tripled.
As of 2022, 67 countries compete in curling.
Wow.
Naturally, that's created an uptick in demand for stones, which has carried over into their price.
We have increased our sales, which is really, really good news. Having said that, we've also increased our costs because we'll have to go back for granite more frequently and to satisfy the demands.
I'm sorry. I know I didn't really want to bring it up, but it was something that I was thinking about when I went back. I haven't watched this video. This is the first time watching the video. But when I was collecting it and stuff to watch it, I was like, man, like, what is that? What, like, we're lucky? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel really frustrated with the whole situation.
In 2000, K's harvested about 1,500 metric tons of common green and about 300 metric tons of blue hone. 13 years later, it took 2,500 metric tons of common green and 500 metric tons of blue hone.
Ooh.
Fortunately for the growing interest in the sport, and for the only supplier of Olympic curling stones, supply isn't a problem.
Okay.
The last harvest in November 2020, we took less than
Wow.
0.01% of the island. So we're scratching the surface.
Okay, so that explains, like, my earlier concern. Like, I was like, what if they run out? Apparently, they're not even, like, removing, like, even a percent. It was 0.01% back in 2020. I think you'd love How It's Made videos as well, because the parodies of it's called How It's Actually Made. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way they're going to run out of granite. Yeah, exactly.
The whole island is made of granite. We're not making that big a dent in it.
So yeah, that was why Olympic curling stones are so expensive from Business Outsider. From Business Insider. What did you guys think about learning? I didn't know that. I didn't know like it was sourced from only one stone in or one. I didn't know that it was harvested from only one island in the world. That's crazy. Yeah. That was super. It was funny? You thought it was funny? I thought that was a really good video. I liked learning about that. Like I said earlier though, like I don't know enough about the game to fully grasp it. I know you have to get it closest to the you have to get it within the house as close to the button as possible, and the more stones you have that it can count, but it's like there's so many other bits and pieces to the sport that I don't fully understand it. I wonder how expensive it is to get the sport, to get into the sport if the stones are $600 each. So there's curling clubs that you can join, and you don't have to buy the stone yourself or anything. San Francisco has a curling club, and they actually have classes and stuff. Let me look. I'm curious. Let me see how much the classes are. Like how all the plastine is used in stop motion of back in the day, they're all made in one plant and shut down a few years back. Yeah, that always makes me concerned, but I guess they're gonna be okay. Yeah. San Francisco, San Francisco. I can look up the price. The San Francisco Curling Club, because I live in the Bay Area. I looked it up because I got curious. So beginner lessons, it doesn't even, oh, wow, okay. So, the beginner lessons, okay, here you go. Here's the Learn to Curl, for those who are curious. So this is the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club, and they have beginner lessons. So lessons include orientation, on-ice instruction for delivery and sweeping, putting together in mini games, and hanging out with fellow curlers for snacks and beverages. And so the fees, it's $130 per adult, and you get one free drink for the final weekend, coupons and stuff. So, wow. So, is it $130 each session? Oh my gosh, that's insanely expensive. Wow. That's so expensive. How much is then intermediate classes? Still 130. So it's $130. That for like a lesson, I think. Oh, no. So wait a minute. No, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on, let me read this. How many weeks is this then? Because it's the other one. Oh, you get a series, so it's 130 per the. It's 130 for the for the lessons, I think. Last year, off Kai, I was in San Jose. I went there and enjoyed it. Remember why I don't like the. Yeah, I went to off Kai last year. It doesn't say. It says lessons meet once a week in small groups for 2.5 hours per session. Wow, it's like 3-hour class. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it is. But when I looked here, when I went to intermediate lessons, 4-week lesson series, you have to learn to play for intermediate. Try curling. Interesting. It doesn't even. It says 45. Okay, so I don't think it's 130 per lesson. I think it's 130 for the series of lessons. Because if you just want to try curling and just test it out and see how it is, if it's something you're interested in, it's $45. So I'm wondering. Yeah, I think it's a series. It's a little difficult to say because it doesn't say how long. So 130 for a series isn't too bad though. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a 4-week. Okay, here we go. 4-week introductory lesson series. So for a month, it's $130. That's actually pretty reasonable. That's actually pretty reasonable. So, all right. It's 130, and you divide that into 4, and you get $32. You get it's $32.50 per lesson, and those lessons are almost 3 hours. That's actually not bad. Because you're looking at a 3-hour class and at $32 each. That's actually like, cause that's like just double the price of that's double the price of a video game subscription. I think for what that is, and it's also like in San Francisco. So San Francisco is pretty expensive as it is. But you're learning a skill. Do you guys know how much horseback riding lessons are? Horseback riding lessons are insane. I looked up prices because I really want to do horseback riding lessons. They're insane. A 3-hour tour through the world of curling. Yeah. Horseback lessons are really expensive. Yeah, they are. It's unfortunate. I really like horseback riding, but they're expensive. I want to do horse archery, and I know it's not going to be cheap. Yeah. It's a good salary plus cost of maintenance plus cost of place plus equipment, etc. Yeah. Gillian's Granite Island. All right, let's see. All right, I have another video that I want to watch. Oh my god, it's already 3 o'clock, and I have to stop in an hour and a half. Okay, there is another video that I want to watch. Let me see. This was a video that my manager suggested for me to watch on stream. So we're gonna watch this. Let me see if ads are getting ready to run. Yo, Greyback! Hello, my dear! Welcome! Hello, thank you for the raid, my dear! It's good to see you! Hi, what were you up to? Let me find that out. I'm gonna be sneaky. You were doing Blood on the Clock Tower? How was that? Did that do well? I hope that went well. Let me snooze ads real quick. We're gonna run ads in a second. After I check up on ya. Hello everyone. Welcome to my first episode of It's Just Horsetalk. I'm Eddahengist, your local Uma lore keeper, and we are watching educational videos and react to them today. We just finished a video on curling after having to fight with YouTube for like 40 minutes to begin with because it was not letting me play stuff. It was fun. I made a script. It was nice. It's hard for players. Oh man, that's crazy. I hope they had fun though. Have you considered doing any like other DMing besides that, outside of the Blood of the Clock Tower? That'd be so cool. I'm gonna go ahead and run my ad real quick, and I need to go restroom, and then we'll be back to watch The Language Only Women Know for Women's Day. That's too much. Not for content. That's way too much work and stress. Yeah, I've been there. I understand. I think you do good though. Oh, you've DM'd D&D and VTM. IRL though. Oh man, Vampire the Masquerade's so fucking cool. I can't read it what it says. What language is this? Okay, I gotta run this ad. I will be right back though, so don't go too far, folks. We're gonna be watching this BBC video in just a couple of moments. All right, we're back, folks. Hello and welcome back again to another episode of It's Just Horsetalk. Today we're going to be talking about China's secret language that only women know. So, let's find out. Let's talk about and see what this language is that only women know. And happy Women's Month, everyone. Happy Women's Month. So, let's get right into this. Oh, that's stunning.
奶奶就告诉我，村里流传着一个只属于女人的秘密。
Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. The volume is way too damn low.
从小，奶奶就告诉我，村里流传着一个只属于女人的秘密。
Wow, look how beautiful.
几百年前，这里的女人被裹小脚，
Oh gosh.
足不能出户。为了给彼此活下去的希望，他们创造了一种男人看不懂的文字，叫做女书。
Yeah, it is, Bro Summer.
Nishu started, I think, 400 years ago at the end of Ming Dynasty and beginning of Qing Dynasty. I think that's where the earliest record of Nishu was found. Women were born to obey their fathers, their husband, and their sons. Under that kind of circumstances, in these secluded villages of central Hunan province in central China, that woman decided to create their own written language. Every character is sort of in the shape of a female body. It's really beautiful. They will write poems and songs to give each other hope and dignity. And they would write letters to each other.
Look how beautiful that is. Look at the curves on these symbols. It's like this really elongated characters. These are beautiful. Oh my gosh. It looks like I can see where these strokes do look very effeminate. Like they're curved, they're delicate. Oh wow. Look how beautiful. Script, not language. Yeah, it's a script. Look at this one. This is what we saw at the beginning of it. Oh my gosh. These are so stunning. And even at smaller sizes here, they're still legible. Look at that. Oh.
Yushu is usually written on folding fans or embroidered on handkerchiefs.
你说它叫蚂蚁字，所以这个就是蚂蚁字了啊，写的非常的细小。
They started this language by using tree branches and then stick on the back of wok for wok ashes, and then they will write it on the floor because they don't have bamboo or paper at the time. Most of
oh gosh, that's really interesting. That they used like stone sticks. That reminds me a little bit of how it reminds me a little bit of how like Futhark and Futhork were carved within stones and stuff. It was like straight up curved, but this is still very calligraphy like. Hello, Zothar. Welcome.
them or peasants. How could those women have the ability to write beautiful and elegant poems like this?
Wow.
There's very little record of female literature because we didn't have access to education. Only the elite class women had some sort of access to education. So in literature, there's very little records of women's life and existence and women's experiences. And I didn't grow up learn any of those, knew nothing about Nushu, and I felt like I should have. And that's a history that most of the Chinese are not familiar with.
That's really unfortunate. That's genuinely really sad. Not being able to know about this until like much later into your life.
Nushu is a space that allows women to confine to each other, to be vulnerable with each other, to share our struggles and challenges, and to come together and then have a space to build our own sisterhood. Every young girl, when she started her bond feed, her parents will find another girl who was born the same year, and they will have sort of like a wedding ceremony, and they will exchange vows to promise that they're gonna support each other the rest of their life.
Oh, that's actually really interesting. That is really cute and very sad. I agree. Gosh, I'm still like stunned by this beautiful like calligraphy. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of like leaves falling.
They come together and they build strength by sharing their suffering, by sharing their vulnerabilities, and then through that they created power, they created strength, and then they found their agency to negotiate with the existing, dominant power. Their courage and their strength also inspired me so much that, why can't we have that kind of space for each other? I believe that only by us coming together, there will be power and strength coming out from it. And that's very much the legacy of Nushu, it means to me.
Yeah, that is really sad as well, Alex.
女书它就像一个灯一样的，就是在那儿照着我。
I don't think the language is going to survive, and I'm not so worried about that, because I think that, as long as we understand the importance of having that kind of space for women to create sisterhood and to build strong ties with each other, and then to build powers and strengths, that's very much the legacy of Nushu.
That is really sad though, that it's a language or a script that is going to go extinct, most likely. Man, imagine like, I just want to go back so it has a better looking background. Just imagine like being a part of that time where, the rights were so much different, and you had things like foot binding, and again, seriously, not many rights for women, and you end up falling back to creating your own beautiful language, beautiful script to express yourself in the way of stories and poetry. And much later, all of that starts to fade, I guess. When you look at a lot of Germanic and oral traditions, like Bro Sama says, we lost so much of like Germanic paganism, specifically Germanic paganism, not Norse paganism, but Germanic paganism. We lost a lot because it was oral. And to see that this language from China, this stunning and just absolutely beautiful script. I mean, again, just these are so beautiful. Even like just stitching them, like, wow. It's just, I really like wish it didn't have to be the case. At least there were some Roman books on them. Yeah, I desperately wish that like maybe this language won't fade, you know. The oral traditions happened and happened and went because the Romans also raised conquered people to be Roman as well. I mean, yes, that's true, but I mean, the thing is like that's still like Tacitus is like super biased. We know that Tacitus is biased, and that's not and like he had quite a thing for Germanic women. And I would just wish that we would have better records and better like examples of like Germanic paganism, because it is fading. It has faded over the many years, and like there's no way to really like, because I had people ask me, and I know this is getting really off topic. I had people ask me about what's the difference between Germanic and Norse paganism, and it's unfortunately is, you know, yeah. I do want to read there's another article on this. So yeah, the Roman book on Dacian costumes was also lost, yeah. So I want to look at this really quick. New Shu, China's secret female only language. So it's more than a script, it seems. Let's see how long this is. I guess we'll go ahead and read this. New Shu, China's secret female-only language. Throughout history, women in rural Hunan province used a coded script to express their most intimate thoughts to one another. Today, this once dead language is making a comeback. So it looks like it is having somewhat of a comeback. Hopefully it's not gone forever. China's southeastern Hunan province is a dramatic jigsaw puzzle of precipitous sandstone peaks, deeply incised river valleys, and fog-shrouded rice paddy fields. Mountains cover more than 80% of the area, leaving many isolated hillside hamlets to develop independently of one another. It was here, hidden among the rocky slopes and rural river villages, where Nushu was born, the only writing system in the world created and exclusively used by women. Meaning women's script in Chinese, Nushu rose to prominence in the 19th century of Hunan Jiangyong's country, Jianyong County, to give the ethnic Han Yao, Yao and Miao people who lived there freedom of expression not often found in many communities of the time. Some experts believe that the female-only language dates to the Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279, or even the Shang Dynasty, more than 3,000 years ago. The script was passed down from peasant mothers to their daughters and practiced among sisters and friends in feudal society China during a time when women whose feet were often bound were denied educational opportunities. So this wasn't even a language that was for the elite women, because we learned earlier that elite women were educated, but this was a peasant's language, a peasant's script that was passed down. That is, wow. Many of these women were illiterate and learned Nushu. They would simplify practice copying the script as they saw it. Over time, Nushu gave rise to distinct female culture that still exists today. It was only learned by the outside world in the 1980s. Wow, that was, oh my gosh, so that was kept a really long time, you know? Unfortunately, still, yeah. Remarkably, for hundreds and possibly even thousands of years, this unspoken script remained unknown outside of Jiangyong and was only learned of it by the outside in the 1980s. Even peasants were treated poorly back in then. Yeah, they were. Today, 16 years after the last known fluent native speaker of this ancient code passed away, this little-known written language has experienced something of a rebirth. The centerpiece of its revival is a tiny village of Puwei, which is surrounded by the Xiao River and only accessible via a small suspension bridge. Wow. This looks so complicated. This looks so complex. That is so beautiful. According to Pui residents in Xinhu, Niushu was once widely spoken in the 4 townships and 18 villages of closest to Pui. After experts found the 3 Niushu writers in the 200-person village in the 1980s, Pui became the focal point for Niushu research. In 2006, the script was listed as a national intangible cultural heritage by the State Council of China. And a year later, a museum was built on the Pui Island where Xin began working as one of 7 interpreters or inheritors of the language, learning to read, write, sing, and embroider Niushu. Wow. So there was like only 7 of these people that actually knew it still? That's amazing. It reminds me of the Celtic Ogma script. I have to look that up. Each symbol represents a syllable and was written using sharpened bamboo sticks. It's like Gaelic. This is stunning. This is beautiful. Niushu is a phonetic script. Oh my god, it's a phonetic script! Oh wow. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense as it was peasantry and they weren't allowed to read the more complex language of, was it Cantonese? Was it Cantonese still back then? But we'll just say Chinese of the time. Niushu is a phonetic script. Read right to left that represents an amalgamation of 4 local dialects spoken across rural Jiangdong. Each symbol represents a syllable and was written using sharpened bamboo sticks and makeshift ink from the burnt remains left in a wok. Oh wow! That's fascinating that they actually they use the burnt remains, from what was left in like their food dishes. It makes sense. It gets reduced from the syllables rather than pure letters. Yeah. Influenced by Chinese characters, its style is traditionally more elongated with curved thread-like strokes sloping diagonally down and was sometimes referred to as mosquito writing by locals because of its spindly appearance. In the 1800s, when when it was the Qing dynasty, the language was Guanhua. I'm sorry. Apologies of my pronunciative language. Let me try that again. Apologies for my difficulty of apparently even speaking. Apologies for my pronunciation. I tend to be really, really. Oh my gosh, I can't even. I can't even talk. Oh my god. Apologies, guys, for my really rough pronunciations of some of these words. I'm trying my best. Niushu provided a way for women to cope with domestic and social hardships and helped maintain bonds with friends in different villages. Convivial words of friendship and happiness were embroidered in Niushu on handkerchiefs, headscarves, fans, or cotton belts and exchanged. Though Niushu wasn't spoken at women's social gatherings, sang and chanted songs or poems that varied from nursery rhymes to birthday tributes to personal regrets or marriage complaints using Niushu phrases and expressions. So it wasn't even a spoken language in that sort of way. That's fascinating. Yeah, exactly, Insane Monkey. Yeah. The iconography script of the Chinese character. Yes, correct, Alex. Older women often compose autobiographical songs to tell their female friends about their miserable experiences or to promote morality and teach other women how to be good wives through chastity, piety, and respect. This is the fan that we saw earlier. This is so. Though Niushu is now understood as a means of communication for women who had not been afforded the privilege of reading and writing in Chinese, it was originally believed to be a code of defiance against the high patriarchal society of the time. Historically, it was not socially acceptable for the Chinese women to openly talk about personal regrets, the hardships of agricultural life, or feelings of sadness and grief. Niushu provided an outlet for the women and helped to create bonds of female friendship and support that was great importance in a male-dominated society. It was like Latin? Maybe. Someone should tell this to the author of Apothecary Diaries to add this in. I'm pretty sure that she's aware of this. It'd be so cool if she actually were to add this. Hey, Genjo, welcome. It's good to see you. Apothecary Diaries, you guys should watch. It's really good. Women who created this strong bond were known as sworn sisters and were typically a group of 3 to 4 young, non-related women who would pledge friendship by writing letters and singing songs in Yushu to each other. While being sworn to remain subservient to the males in their families, the sworn sisters would find solace in each other's company. In 2000, a Nyushu school opened in Pu'e, and Jin decided to follow her mother and sisters there to study. She now teaches Nyushu writing to students, guides visitors around the museum, and has become the face of the language, embarking on publicity trips across Asia and Europe. So maybe it won't fade if this lady here is opening if there's a school, so maybe it won't, you know. Wow. Some inheritors have learned from their grandmothers since they were young, like our oldest Nyushu heir, Yan Xin, who is in her 80s. Xin said, people like it because they think this culture is very unique and want to learn and understand it. But why the script originated and flourished in this remote part of China remains a mystery. I think it has to do with the constellation of factors that exist in many places in southern China. Non-Han people's Sinicization, the process of assimilating non-ethnically Chinese communities under the Chinese influence and remoteness, said Kathy Silber, professor of Chinese at Skidmore College in New York, who first learned of Nyushu in 1986 and has been researching and writing about it ever since. Silber spent months living with Yi Nianhua, one of the latest writers of Nyushu from 1988 to 1989, translating Yi's work into standardized Chinese and giving lectures on the subject. I'm very optimistic with modern record keeping. I hope so. Women not allowed to complain, so they create their own language. Yeah. Today, much of what we know about Nyushu is due to the work of male researcher Zhou Shuyui. Today, much of what we know about Nyushu is due to the work of male researcher Zhou Shuyuyi. Let me try that again. Today, much of what we know about Nyushu is due to the work of male researcher Zhou Shuyui, who heard about the script in the 1950s after his aunt was married off to a man who lived in the village with Nyushu speakers. Zhou began researching the coded language for the Jiangyong Cultural Bureau in 1954. But when Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution erupted in the 1960s, Zhou's work became the target of the state. Fortunate. It was labeled a rightist because of the research I had done on the language, Zhou recalled to China Daily in 2004. They burned all of my research files, and I was sent to the labor camp and it wasn't released until 1979 after spending 21 years there. Oh my god, that is horrifying. As part of the revolution, China's communist leaders were as part of the oh my gosh, can I please talk? As part of the revolution, China's communist leaders were keen on eradicating the country's feudal past, and anyone found using Nyushu was denounced. And as women began to receive more as women began receiving more formal education in the 1950s, the language further declined. But after his release, Zhou continued translating the script tirelessly into Chinese. In 2003, a year before his death, and that the last surviving fluent native speaker, Yang Huanzi Zhou, published the first Nyushu dictionary, helping to elevate the promoted significance around the world. Today, Zhou remains the only male to have ever mastered the female-only script. That's depressing. That's horrifying. And it's so sad that he passed away. Flanked by the Xiao River, the elegant Nushu Gardens and Museum features a classroom and exhibition halls. Videos, paintings, and cultural exhibits adorn the walls, while embroidery and calligraphy classes provide hands-on opportunities for cultural connection. The museum itself has recently been expanded and hosts an annual festival featuring poems and songs performed in Nushu. Yeah. Every summer, free Nushu training courses are set up at the museum, and each of the inheritors takes turns explaining its history and demonstrating its calligraphy. But Jin explains that Nushu is quite difficult to replicate. There's some difficulties in learning. First of all, its writing method is different from the Chinese characters we use. The other is pronunciation problem. If you can't speak the local dialect, it's difficult to read or sing Nushu. So, one of the most important uses of Nushu came as a result of marriage. Traditionally, after a wedding, the bride would leave her parents' home and move into the home of the groom. The bride would often feel isolated in her new role. So, Nushu provided a means for women to express sadness and lament broken friendships among one another. The newlyweds' move-in process would involve the handling of the The newlyweds move-in process would involve the handing over of a shan xiao shu, or a third day book, that was made from the cloth and given to the bride 3 days after the wedding. The mother of the bride and her close friends would express their feelings of sorrow and loss in the book, while the mother of the bride and her close friends would express their feelings of sorrow and loss in the book, while good wishes for future happiness would be recorded in the first few pages. The remaining pages would be left blank for the future thoughts and serves as a personal diary. It only became appreciated after the researcher and the last speaker passed away. What are the Chinese, I don't know. Well, this was way back. Keep in mind, this was way back. This was during basically, they set up north. I guess I would say generally probably like their Middle Ages. I mean, they literally like bound and broke women's feet and wrapped them up. This was a horrific practice, you know. Yeah. Today, original Nushu artifacts are rare, as many are destroyed during the revolution. But during the recent years have seen an increase in its representation in the form of film, symphony, and literature. Additionally, young women across Jiangyong are now learning the script at the museum. There were 20 students enrolled in a summer course this year, and inheritors like Jin have started teaching online classes in the popular Chinese app WeChat. Yes, exactly. Liming Zhao, a leading scholar of the study of Nushu, recently taught a course on the subject at Tsinghua University in Beijing. According to her, the role of Nushu has evolved. Since the death of Yang Huanyi, Nushu has entered the post-women's calligraphy era. It's not an era. Since the death of Yang Huanyi, Nushu has entered the post-women's calligraphy era. It's not inherited and used naturally, but it's deliberately studied and used for business and tourism. Of course, this is also kind of preservation of inheritance. Yeah. Today, Li Ming believes that Nushu remains an empowering means to appreciate a woman's beauty and strength. Nushu has completed her historical mission, a cultural tool for lower-class working women who did not have the right to education and right languages, Li Ming said. Now she only leaves beautiful calligraphy, wisdom, and brave spirit to the future generations. Wow. This is stunning. Wow. This is just an amazing thing to have learned. Thank you, Yam, so much for suggesting me to look into this. This is stunning. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm still in love with this calligraphy. Okay, let's see. It is 3:42. Let's go see if we can find something else to look at. I have a bunch of other stuff. Secret languages are always cool. They are. They're really, really cool. Let's see. All right, we're gonna look at some other stuff. Oh yeah, I want to look at this. This is really short. This is a TikTok video. Stop.
This is gold and it's now.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
This is gold and it's now.
Stop. Okay, we're gonna go look at this now. This is a video that I saw on TikTok last night. This is a really short video, but I really just wanted to show you guys this. This looks so freaking cool. So there's this exhibit that's going on at Los Angeles County Museum of Natural History concerning raw minerals and crystal exhibitions at the Natural History Museum. And it's from this guy, Drew Miltman. So we're going to go ahead and watch this together. And it's really short, but I feel like you guys will really appreciate and enjoy this video.
This is gold in its natural state. It's part of a new special exhibition at the Natural History
Hold on. It's super fucking loud.
Museum.
Stop!
This is gold.
I swear to God, TikTok.
This is gold in its natural state. It's part of a new special exhibition at the Natural History Museum showcasing raw, uncut
This
minerals
is
and
stunning.
crystals, some of which are the largest and rarest mineral specimens ever shown in their natural.
Oh, God. It's the volume is
It's
still
gold in its
wonky.
natural. This is gold.
Okay. Let's try this again.
This is gold in its natural state. It's part of a new special exhibition at the Natural History Museum showcasing raw, uncut minerals and crystals.
Oh, God. I swear, I have to keep going back because it's... I'm not...
Some of which are the largest...
I am never watching another TikTok video on stream again.
This is gold in its natural state.
I can't even pause it properly. Holy fuck. I can't even pause it properly. All right, let's try this.
This is gold in its natural state. It's part of a new special exhibition at the Natural History Museum showcasing raw, uncut...
Look at this. This is really, really pretty. I don't even know what this stone is. It's like this purple. It might be amethyst, but it has like different portions of it. Like I know this purple is amethyst here. This might be quartz, but I don't know what this black line is here with the purple on it.
Minerals and crystals, some of which are the largest.
This is a massive ammonite right here that's multicolored. We don't have ammonites anymore. They died like during like one of, I don't know if it was the Great Dying, but it was during one of the extinction events.
Rarest mineral specimens ever shown in their natural form.
And this looks like this is a type of, is this like type of copper? This looks like a copper. It looks like it reminds me of like a bonsai tree. It reminds me of like a bonsai tree. I wonder if the copper's on the bottom and the cobra's at the top.
The pieces are absolutely stunning.
And this one looks like it's an emerald green barrel that's like spindled into this rock.
And because they're in their raw form, you get to see them like you've never seen them before, like this turquoise.
Wow. This turquoise is really cool. It has like all these holes into it. Bismuth is your favorite. Bismuth is beautiful. You mean Chaos Emerald?
Turquoise. It formed when mineral-rich water moved through rock and slowly replaced it. You'll also find crystals growing on crystals, ancient...
That's cool. I want to go back really quick.
Ancient mineralized fossils, and pieces...
I want to go back really quick.
Pieces that glow in UV light. Unearthed...
I want to go back really quick.
Growing replaced it. You'll also find crystals growing on crystals,
Wow.
ancient mineralized fossils, and pieces that glow in UV light. Unearthed Raw Beauty is free with general admission and on display through April 18th. This is gold and it's
So if you guys are in the LA area, you should go check this out. This is free. We're gonna go look really quick. The Natural History Museum in LA. I want to see if I can get like their exhibition. Okay, yeah. Here we go. So just going here really quick. So this is the exhibit. It's called Unearthed Raw Beauty, and it says descend into a dazzling world of rare minerals, crystals, and some never seen before. Discover the hidden beauty beneath the Earth's surface in this stunning new exhibition. Do they have? Can we look at a little bit at it? I wonder if we can look at it. One of your buddies went there last weekend. Oh, this is a video. Oh, yeah, we can watch this video. Let's watch this video on it. This is from the National History Museum, so.
Great title for.
Turn this down a little bit.
Unearth is a great title for this exhibit. We're unearthing these specimens from deep earth interior.
Wow, that was like ice. Hold on, I want to go back. That looks like ice. Get out of here. That is stunning. This is so pretty. It looks like it's ice.
We're unearthing the science that goes along with them. We're unearthing curiosity.
Ah!
The cave-like appearance of the exhibit is intentional because a lot of these crystals that we have grow in pockets in cave-like environments.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a really cool way of doing it, you know? My brain doesn't understand how these minerals grow this way. It looks so unnatural. I guess it does seem unnatural, but it's probably the most natural way for it to exist, you know?
In order for a crystal to grow, there has to be nutrients for it. And depending on what nutrients are available, that's going to dictate what kinds of crystals can grow.
Oh, wow.
And if that environment changes and different kinds of nutrients are presented to the crystal, several things could happen. You can get different colors, the morphology of the crystal can change, or completely new crystals can form.
Look, there's crystals growing inside of crystals. It's fully natural since crystals grow in lattices. All right, take care. Thank you for coming by. Say monkey. Thank you. The formations are very chemical in nature. Yeah, yeah. Hey, K-Dog. Welcome, welcome.
We have these smoky quartz crystals
Oh.
that have these beautiful garnets growing on them. That is like flipping pages through a book. You'd see the chemistry of the Earth changing. So crystals are time capsules for what Earth was like in the past.
That's so cool. Like, wouldn't it be really awesome to, like, be able to have, like, a, like, time machine that you could look through, but only look at the past, not actually interfere with it? I would love to see that sort of stuff. That'd be so amazing.
And that is really the only way we know Earth's history is through crystals. Mineralogy is a reflection on the tectonic history of a planet. And Southern California has an immense amount of tectonic history.
Look at that. I believe this is the San Andreas Fault. Look at that. This is the fault line, I believe, that goes through at the giant, like, earthquake we have here. Yeah, the minerals look really cool, don't they?
We have lots of earthquakes, plates colliding with one another, huge pressures and temperatures near the surface of the Earth. Those are all environments where new crystals will grow.
Oh!
Benitoite is really only found in Southern California.
Oh, this is a... Hold on, I want to go back a little bit. I want to go back a little bit because I accidentally, like, cut him off. This is really cool. Like, that... I guess I did know, but at the same time, like, that's wild that, like, crystals and gems and stuff, like, are created from intense pressure. I mean, I knew it, but, like, seeing, like, the diagram is, like, really, really cool.
Benitoite is really only found in Southern California. Spessartine is this orange garnet. Gold is a crystalline material, but those crystals are so malleable that you can change the shape just by beating on them with a hammer.
Oh.
The blue cap tourmalines are pink tourmaline, and at the top of it, there's a sudden transition from pink to blue.
Yeah, look at this. This is so cool. It's like water. It's like, I don't know why. It just reminds me of like ocean. Like it's like this soft blue. I know the ocean isn't red, but like it just has like the gradient of water would. If intense pressure makes gems I'm about to be a fucking diamond. Yeah, yeah.
These are some of the most magnificent specimens that we have ever seen.
Wow.
The aragonite wave is a very modern formation. That probably only happened within the last 50,000 years.
So this thing happened in the last 50,000 years and is considered modern. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Look at this. I want to go back a little bit so we can look at the actual thing. Apparently, so this happened in the last 50,000 years, man. And that's considered modern because of how old the Earth is. Isn't that sick?
That probably only happened within the last 50,000 years. Water coming from the surface percolates down through the ground and it's absorbing more and more calcium and carbon and oxygen. And it gets this blue color from trace amounts of copper.
Oh, I guess being called a boomer ain't that bad. Warcraft type of metal, yeah. What's that? It looks like ice. I know. They said it earlier. What was the name of it? He's gonna say it again. Let me go back so you can hear what he called it.
More calcium and carbon and oxygen, and they get 50,000 years. Wave is a very modern. The aragonite wave is a very modern formation.
Aragonite wave? He said it so quick. I don't know, but it looks so cool. It does. It reminds me of animal with copper blood. Oh wow, it looks like something straight out of like It looks like it's like a monster part off of like Monster Hunter. Look at all these snacks.
That probably only happened within the last 50,000 years. Water coming from the surface percolates down through the ground and it's absorbing more and more calcium and carbon and oxygen. And it gets this blue color from trace amounts of copper.
Oh!
Stibnite does have this metallic appearance because of how light reflects off of it.
This is so... this feels like so cyberpunk. Look at the stone. Oh my gosh. So it's mutation of calcium under pressure and specific... Yeah. The spine of a Spinosaurus. Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, yeah. This looks like something so cyberpunk.
But it itself is not a metal.
Oh, it's not a metal.
I haven't really seen any turquoise nets like this before. We have this network of cracks in a rock, and as the fluid is percolating through the rock, it's depositing the turquoise. I have my own impressions of what I wanted to put in here. Spectacular specimens, phenomenal science, nature is...
These don't exist anymore. These are called ammonites. I mentioned this earlier. These are like fossilized, basically giant like snails, kinda, sorta. They're just beautiful. Look at this rainbow color. Yeah, I hope so too, Bebo.
Science, nature is art, but everybody takes away something different, and that's what really makes me happy.
I want to go to SoCal. I want to go to this. I want to go to LA. It's only till April. There's no way. There's no way. Like it's like a rainbow color. Yeah, like I meant like red and green and orange. I mean, it's like a bunch of different colors. Damn, they patch out the giant snails. They did. This one's really pretty too. I like that there's like this white stuff. It seems like it's a crystal grown on a crystal. Hey, Bingo Devil, welcome, welcome. So yeah, this is an exhibit that's going on right now in the LA area at their National History Museum. It's called Unearthed Raw Beauty. Oh man, I would love to frickin' go. I want to see this. I wonder if they actually have. The guy that'll marry you had the Lou type burglars. Here we go. We'll read this. So this is Unearthed Raw Beauty. Marvel at some of the rarest and most spectacular mineral specimens ever discovered. Join us to experience the Unearthed Raw Beauty, a one-of-a-kind exhibition. Maybe try to redo that again. Is there a fine for eating the rocks? I'm sure there is. Join us to experience Unearthed Raw Beauty, a one-of-a-kind exhibition featuring some of the largest and rarest mineral specimens ever to be displayed in their natural, uncut form, with some on view for the first time. These specimens, including many from our own collection, are truly magnificent in scale and create an otherworldly experience. Through an immersive exhibition design, visitors will descend into a world of mystery and wonder to learn about the science behind minerals, crystals, gems, and rocks, merging with a deeper understanding of the importance and prevalence of minerals in our world. The amazing collection of all shapes, sizes, and colors of specimens include everything from enormous crystals that are thicker than a tree trunk to a grouping of extremely rare blue cap tourmalines discovered near San Diego and reunited for the first time. The exhibition features a large collection of California's mineral treasures, such as bright pink kunzite, orange spessartine, a deep blue deep blue bentonite, California's state gemstone, and a natural gold flame, California's state mineral. Unearthed also includes some forms of minerals such as exquisite carvings from China, beautiful jewelry created from rare minerals, a large fossil ammonite that magically comes to life, and a massive touchable crystal, all surely to inspire guest appreciation for the natural world. Here's some of the images. Ooh, let's look at some of these. From nature, no, unless you... This is a red ammonite from Alberta, Canada. The red ammonite on view is in Unearthed Raw Beauty's exchanges colors depending on a viewer's perspective. When light hits it at a particular angle, select colors will diffract out. Photographed next to an iridescent big eater beetle, Coentus mutabilis, from the NHMLAC entomology collection. Oh, here's the little beetle right here. That's cool. And then the Amethyst Oscar and Amethyst Widow. The glittering white crystals in the center of are the Amethyst Oscar and Amethyst Widow. Is from Uruguay. The glittering white crystals in the center are calcite, which formed after the initial amethyst geodes developed approximately 80 million years ago. Whoa, so these crystals appeared like after this was created. The chrysanthemum stone on view at Unearthed Raw Beauty weighs over 900 pounds. The Celestine crystals grew through the black shale rock, blooming into the shape of chrysanthemum flowers. Oh, wow, this is so cool. This beautiful flowers here of stone. Amethyst with calcite, which we saw earlier. This is aragonite. Oh, this is the Monster Hunter one we were talking about. The Monster Hunter monster piece we were talking about earlier. And this is the gold flame they mentioned earlier. And this is tourmaline on quartz. And blue tourmaline with lapidolite. Lapidolite. I can't pronounce them, but these are really cool. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. You saw that in Final Fantasy, the tourmaline? Yeah. Hold on one second. Got some noise in the background. Sorry, there is some noise in the background. Okay. All right. Let's look at our next thing. What are we gonna look at? Okay. Let's look at this. Since we're talking about women's history, we're gonna look at this article. Oh God, this article is really long. But that's okay. We're gonna read it anyway. So, welcome back, Kinja. So, this comes from the please edit, women are scary. Well, I'm sorry. Actually, maybe I'm not sorry. So this comes from the can I say the word? This comes from the Weird Medieval Guys. The coolest medieval women you've never heard of. This is, Christine D. Pazan on Circe, Medusa, and other virtuous ladies. So, yeah, make sure you guys go check these guys out. They have some really cool stuff on their Substack. I've been reading some of their stuff recently. It's really cool. Christine D. Pazan, from 1364 to 1430, born Cristina di Pisano, was an Italian-born Parisian scholar who is widely regarded as Europe's first professional female writer. Christine's father, a learned man employed by the Venetian aristocracy, took on the task of providing her with a classical education, something not conventionally afforded to the women of the 14th century. She moved to France with her family at the age of 4 when her father accepted the position as King Charles V, court astrologer, and lived there for the rest of her life. After losing her father and husband within a year of each other, Christine, then 25 years old, was left without any means to support herself, her 3 children, and her mother. In an unprecedented move, she refused to remarry and took up a position as a court writer for King Charles VI. Her literary career lasted over 30 years, and she produced poetry and prose for numerous members of the French monarchy. A fervent French nationalist, she maintained close ties with the early branch of the royal family, even as tensions grew between the different factions and the country is plunged into civil war. Wow. This woman sounds awesome. She sounds amazing. One of the Christine's, how do I pronounce this? Urve? Urve? Bibo, how do I pronounce this? This is French, I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty sure the thing that I highlighted is French. I'm calling Isabella. France will come up anytime I read anything about medieval women when she comes up. Urve? Urve. Okay. Christine's Urve includes some of the first known poetry about widowhood. She also published love ballads and guides to political theory, war strategy, and social conduct, though she is best known for her writings about misogyny and some of the first of her kind. Her 1405 allegorical prose piece, The Book of City of Ladies, is her most significant work on the matter and has led to some modern scholars to call her the world's first known feminist. Yes, there is an Uma named Urve, I believe. Written as an but I'm going to go back really quick. The fact that, like, they have women in the, women back then in the courts, they knew so much about, like, war strategy. It's like, I always hear, like, women from Middle Ages who, like, are in the courts, like, and you learn, like, they were, like, companions, and they talked with, like, men and stuff, and held counsel, and talked about things like war strategy and social conduct. It's, like, really, really cool. I'm trying, Bibo. Written as an allegorical dream dialogue, the story opens with Christine alone in her study as she begins to read Lamentations by the venerable, renowned author Matthias. Though she had not read this particular work, she is excited because she heard that it contains passages about respect for women. No sooner does she open the book, though, than does she begin to realize that the opposite is true. Upset and frustrated with the endless stream of literature written by men to criticize women, Christine begins to fall into a pit of self-pity and despair as she struggles to reconcile what she has read within the virtues of her female associates and her own self-worth. Yes, correct, K-Dog. It is Orfefe. I can't even pronounce it. I feel so bad because I can't pronounce that either. I considered other women whose company I frequently kept, hoping that I could judge impartiality and in good conscience whether the testimony of so many notable men could be true. To the best of my knowledge, no matter how long I confronted or dissected the problem, I could not see or realize how their claims could be true when compared to the natural behavior and character of women. Yet I still argued vehemently against women, saying that it would be impossible that so many famous men, such solemn scholars, possess such a deep and great understanding, so clear-sighted in all things, as it seemed could have spoken falsely on so many occasions. And this is like a picture of her. Whoops. I didn't want to click that. Stop. This is a picture of her dreaming on her book, or her lamenting in her study. As she grows more and more convinced that womanhood is nothing but a curse and a burden, Christine appeals to God to tell her why she has been put into such an abominable body. Suddenly, the room is bathed in light, and 3 beautiful women appear to her, introducing themselves as the Ladies Reason, Rectitude, and Justice. Lady Reason chastises Christine gently for her unwillingness to think more independently, and tells her that women of history have suffered because there has been no one to defend them against their assailants. So she's also a doomer? Like a castle without walls, they've been exposed to the cruelty of the other sex. She comforts Christine and affirms her value as a woman and her commitment to the truth. We learn then that the 3 sisters aren't just here to cheer Christine up. They have a mission for her. Cat! Why are you climbing? Sorry, cat. Where do we go? We learn that then the 3 sisters aren't just here to... Cat? I'm sorry, you guys are going to hear probably purring. The cat is being an absolute pest. Why don't you go eat your food? We learned then that the 3 sisters aren't just here to cheer Christine up. They have a mission for her. She's going to create the Hello, Mentrix. Hello. Welcome. We're learning about medieval women. She's going to create the defense for women that has been lacking for so long. She's going to build the City of Ladies, leading Christine to the field of letters where her edifice will stand. Lady of Reason implores Christine to take up the pick of her understanding and the trowel of her pen to begin their work. A rhetorical city as much as a literal one. It is to be constructed of Christine's written responses to the treatment of women in society and literature. In each part of the book, a different virtue compels Christine to build a new part of the city, providing her with materials in the form of discourse on famous women of history and the merits of womanhood. Interesting. Is this like, oh my gosh, it just made me think of like the 3 ghosts from A Christmas Carol. So is this like the 3 ghosts of Christmas Carol, but instead of like being 3 ghosts, it's like 3 women deities telling her to stop doom posting. Stop doom posting and do something about it. The structure is repetitive and highly typical of its genre, but over a few hundred pages, Christine tackles a remarkable range of topics. Through the voice of the 3 ladies, she asserts women's equal intelligence, abilities, and the skills in the arts, sciences, and leadership. She speaks frankly and fiercely about domestic abuse, SA, emotional neglect, and other hardships suffered by women. She denounces notions that women are capable of deserving or enjoying grape. Sorry, I I'm sorry, guys. We have to censor because YouTube. And accusations that women wear beautiful clothing to attract male attention. She names 165 praiseworthy women from history and mythology, perhaps half of whom were pagan or Hebrew, including the Amazons, Sappho, Penelope, Esther, Judith, and 37 martyr saints. She denies that women are by nature more unfaithful, cowardly, greedy, and cruel than men, presenting examples of men who displayed those traits and virtuous women who did not. The Book of City of Ladies is deeply personal too, with frequent references to the virtues of French and Italian women, widows, female writers, Saint Christine, and the Arthur's patron saint. Wonder if Olga of Kiev will be mentioned. I wonder if it's just going to talk about Christine or if it's going to talk about other people. We're still talking about those issues 500 years later. Yeah. The book exhibits Christine's impressive knowledge of classic literature and often takes liberties with female figures from Greek and Roman folklore. Particularly unique is her reframing of conventional symbols of female wickedness, such as Medusa and Circe in a sympathetic light, perhaps the first known reclaiming of the female villain in an anti-misogynistic work, and certainly one of the only examples before the 20th century. It's uncannily sentient? How do I pronounce this? Prescient? Okay. It's uncannily prescient considering the recent works of Madeleine Miller and other feminist retellings of classical myths. This is interesting. Like, I normally don't talk about these subjects, obviously, on my channel, but I didn't know, like, there was a woman, like, in medieval times talking about this stuff. Similarly, Medusa, or Gorgon, was celebrated for her outstanding beauty. She was a daughter of the very wealthy king Horse, whose large kingdom was surrounded by the sea. This Medusa, according to the ancient stories, was of such striking beauty that not only did she surpass all other women, which was an amazing and supernatural thing, but she also attracted to herself because of her pleasing appearance. Her long, curly blonde hair spun like gold, along with her beautiful face and body. Every mortal created upon whom she looked, so she seemed to make people immovable. For this reason, the fable claimed that they had turned to stone. Yeah, this is fascinating. The Book of the City of Ladies remains in Christine's best-known piece of writings today, though relatively few people today have even heard of the name Christine de Pizan. A handful of critical editions have been released in the past decades as an interest in her work experienced in a modest 20th century revival. From the 70s and 80s, Christine has been celebrated as an early feminist by some scholars, though opposing front argues against using such reductive label to describe her philosophy. After all, Christine was a woman of her times, an aristocrat who wrote from a place of extreme privilege. Though she was no stranger to financial and personal hardship, she belonged to the world of the upper class, for her entire life seemed to have felt quite at home there. Even in the Book of the City of Ladies, arguably a forward-thinking work for its time, not only does she step outside of the power structures of her society, she upholds gender roles and implores ladies to remain chaste and to submit to their husbands. She says that women should not become lawyers, not because they aren't smart enough, but because it's just not their place. A central figure in Christine's work is a hypothetical noble lady, a woman defined not by noble birth, but by noble conduct. It's only behalf of these women alone that Christine writes. The City of Ladies makes it clear that it's not open to women who are unchaste and impious. These values have been left behind by much modern feminism, and Christine's need to qualify a woman's morality before she can be invited into the fold often comes across as conservative and self-righteous to a modern reader. Huh. But I mean, she is a woman of the time. Yeah, I mean, this is what, like, she's speaking from her personal perspective And of course she's going to talk about how women need to, you know, remain pious because that is the era of the times. Never understood why being upper class or not stepping outside gender roles is a bad thing for a feminist. I doubt you strictly have to be rebellious to the system to be a feminist. I don't know. I haven't really thought of that. Puritanism. Yeah. Thus, Christine's belief may seem to share very little with the 21st century feminist. In an attempt to avoid mischaracterizing her as such, she has been awarded all sorts of other labels by modern scholars. Conservative, traditionalist, monarchist. These approximations, however, gloss over the complexities of gender and social norms in the time of Christine's life. Exactly! Like, trying to put a lens, I feel like, on her from the modern perspective is kind of doing her a disservice. Like, she clearly had to deal with so much different things back then, you know? And for her time, I would say that, yeah, she was looking for women's rights. That's my opinion, of course. The Book of the City of Ladies was written a large part of Christine's response to The Romance of the Rose, a 20,000-line love poem and arguably the most famous literary work of the late medieval France. That Christine vehemently opposed the romance and even called it for it to be burned certainly seems to set her up as a conservative figure. In truth, it's arguably one of her most sympathetic plights. The Romance of the Rose is told from the perspective of an anonymous male lover who describes courtship as his efforts to pluck the beautiful rose. And at the end of the story, the lover describes the literal deflowering of the rose in extremely obscene terms. Oh God. Though I had to, in due course, scrape the bark with a little force, since no other means did I know, to win that which I longed for so. And in the end, I had indeed, over the bud, spread a little seed. Oh my, that is so bawdy! That is so bawdy! Wow, no wonder she's pissed. No wonder she's like, no, no wonder. I can see why she would be like, no. For if she's someone who very much thought of, you know, of more pious things, wow, that is bawdy. Oh my gosh. The sexual content and secular themes of the poem could characterize as liberal for its time, but the reduction of the female protagonist to a voiceless object and butt of the joke, violently destroyed for the protagonist's moment of sexual gratification, was objectionable to Christine. Yes, demonetized, yes. Around the turn of the 15th century, she instigated a fierce debate over the value of the work that raged for several years within the literary community of France, much of which Christine's writing from this period criticizes the Romance of the Rose from a religious perspective. But the Book of the City of Ladies addresses its hateful diatribes against women far more directly. Gosh. A man's life is filled with miseries, troubles, and ills on every side, induced by the insensate pride of women, their demands and plaints. Of such trouble causes a life attains, with miseries manifold alack. Let me try to reread that. There's someone outside, like, throwing wood. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. Man's life is filled with miseries, troubles, and ills on every side, induced by the insensate pride of women, their demands and plaints. Of such trouble cause as life attaints, with miseries manifold alack. Hard task hath he as striketh back, to call them a decent sense of modesty and reverence. How many women are there actually, dear friend, and you know, who, because their husband's harshness spent their weary lives in the bond of marriage, in greater suffering if they were slaves among the Saccharins, My God, how many harsh beatings without cause and without reason, how many injuries, how many cruelties, insults, humiliations, and outrages have so many upright women suffered, none whom have cried for help. And consider all the women who died of hunger and grief, of a home full of children, while their husbands carouse dissolutely, or go on binges in every tavern all over town, and still the poor women who are beaten by their husbands when they return. That is their supper. And what do you say to that? I am lying? The Book of the Lady Cities. Good Lord. Yeah, she is not holding back. She's like attacking that poem. The Romance of the Rose was regarded as a comprehensive guide to courtship in medieval France, and Christine saw the work and the attitude it reflected as symptomatic of abusive culture that allowed men to act with disregard for the female well-being. In the Book of the City of Ladies and several earlier works, Christine describes what she sees as a widespread issue with male treatment of women. She laments the number of women who she has seen fall victim to deceptive and exploitive behavior, abandoned thoughtlessly when a more appealing romantic prospect presented itself to their lover or even husband. She extols the innate virtues of women who she claims are by nature faithful, loving, and gentle. Many women are deceived because they are simple and do not think to assume the worst. Wow. And then she implores men to preserve these virtues by behaving chivalrously and protecting the weaker gender. Wow, God, she doesn't hold back, does she? She does not hold back at all. Describe toxic masculinity. I mean, beating your wife, I would say, would be. Christine's characterization of women as meek and innocent parallels how she Christine's characterization of women as meek and innocent parallels how she presents herself in debates with male scholars who support the Romance of the Rose. She seems to want them to perceive her as intellectually inferior to her male peers, and even questions why they would so much engage with one such as insignificant as she. I do not know why you attack me so much more than others. It's hardly honorable to attack the weakest party. In order to eradicate everything, you attack me, who is nothing but the voice of a little grasshopper. I am not a logician. How do I pronounce this? Sorry, guys, I have to look this up. Logician. Okay. I am not a logician, she writes in one of her letters to a detractor, as if to invalidate her own argument before she constructs it. The next paragraph contradicts this as she sets out for him a problem of logical reasoning. If you say yes, it is false. If you tell me no, then you have proved my proposition. Why was Christine so intent on undermining female authority? Christine was acutely aware that she was seen as an intruder in the masculine domain of literature, and that she could never expect men to engage with her as an equal. Oh gosh, I need a good drink. By anticipating and affirming their dismissiveness, she absolves herself of any perceived aggression and characterizes herself as an unfairly targeted victim, rather than embrace the role of an instigator, which would open her up to even more ad hominem criticism. She slyly justifies her attacks as a self-defense of poor innocent women. Thus, because any attack on her is by nature cruel and undeserved, she is fully justified in responding to her critics with the utmost zeal. Wow, she was really... That is so passive-aggressive. Oh my gosh, Christine! Christine, you are a passive lady. Yeah, you are a passive-aggressive lady. Damn. By extending this framing of innocence and helplessness to all women, Christine invokes an image of women as a martyr figure, whose innocence and physical weakness and thereby oppression are a source of righteousness. This formed the cornerstone one of her central arguments during the debates over the Romance of the Rose. If women are indeed as weak and flighty and foolish as the story posits, then surely there is no need for such a lengthy discourse on how to seduce them. because Christine has taken the stance that women are indeed weak, feeble creatures, although she denies any moral inferiority, then it is only possible the explanation of the romance's existence and female oppression as a whole is unprovoked and irrationally male cruelty. Almost paradoxically, in the characterization of women who engage in sexual relationship as a innocent victim, rather than guilty harlots, it could be said that she reversed the conventional narratives on female sexuality. Is that just kind of annoying to just ignore any criticism to being helpless women? I think it is, but again, I think this is also like a product of the times. Like they were just saying, like the reason why she did it is because if she did not go that way, she would probably be yelled at and attacked with ad hominems, which is it's such an weird kind of a situation. Man, history's weird. She's being strategic. Yeah, she's being strategic with what she's doing. There's no doubt that much of Christine's purity, politics, and gender essentialism were more than mere rhetoric. In her world, female morality was synonymous with chasteness and submissiveness, as it would be for centuries to follow. To describe her strictly as a feminist would require us to fundamentally alter the term beyond recognition. This is true of probably every woman of Christine's day, perhaps because it is this that scholars have struggled to make sense of her place in the modern world, and see it necessary to qualify celebration of her virtues with condemnations of her shortcomings relative to the feminists who lived 500 years later. But we don't need to invite Christine to the 21st century, where she would probably be rather horrified as what has become of romance and gender roles, not to mention the French monarchy. And though we can revisit her work to find new meanings and perspectives, we do her a disservice if, in our quest for a subtext, we neglect to acknowledge that someone is throwing so many pieces of wood outside. I'm sorry. And though we can revisit her work to find new meanings and perspectives, we do her a disservice if, in our quest for subtext, we neglect to acknowledge that which she discussed and opposed so explicitly when no one else did, the violence, the essay, and emotional abuse that befell so many women around her. Perhaps rather than tell you how to think of her, or which modern terms to apply to Christine de Pizan, the most honest thing I could do is leave you for now with the words of her contemporary, Eustache Deschamps. Elegant muse of the nine, Christine, incomparable as far as I know today. An acquired sense of every doctrine, you have your knowledge from God and no other. You follow your father in the 7 liberal arts, the only woman in your deeds, in the kingdom of France. Wow. That was really interesting. What did you guys think of this article? What did you guys... Let me try it again. Well, that was really interesting. What did you guys think of the Weird Medieval Guys article on this? I mean, I normally don't talk about this sort of subject on my channel, but it seemed really interesting. And let me close the window. You like it? You like it? I think it's a really interesting dissertation on, I think it's a really interesting dissertation on this medieval woman. I've never heard of her until this. She was super ahead of her time. You guys want more EDU content? I think we were Chads even back then. I joined at the end. It seemed interesting, but I couldn't get over the fact she's French. I agree with some, disagree with others, but she's natural for medieval research, but she's definitely interesting. Yeah, let me try to read that again. Agree with some, disagree with others, but that's natural for medieval research, but she's definitely interesting. I vaguely knew about her, but now I have another hero. I think she's fascinating. I think she's a very interesting woman. I loved her rant about this body fuck. Like, I don't even remember. I may have read this in college, The Romance of the Rose. The way she just, like, rips apart this poem is so insane. Like, she did not give any fucks, man. She was like, she just ripped into it. And it's such a body. It's actually a really gross poem when you think about it and really read into it. Medieval women are OP. Yeah, they're wild, aren't they? But it's really fascinating. Oh, it's 4:32. I wonder if we have enough time to watch one more video. Okay, we have enough time to watch one more short video. Let me see. I want to watch this, but I think this is too long. Oh, this one's 3 minutes. Anglo-Saxon Society. Hey, why don't we watch this? This is like 3 minutes. This is from Sony. Let's watch this. You guys want to watch Anglo-Saxon Society video, or how long is this? I think this is probably too long. Don't read the Nibelungen lead. Anglo-Saxon Weekend? Should we do that, or should we read something? No, I don't know. It's something else. Or do we want... Or do you want to watch a Gunpla video? How long is this? I just want to see. How long is this video? How it's made? Estonian paganism is a interesting topic for next time. Yeah, drop it into Discord. Hey, Derek, welcome back. I try to find something short. Like, I have a bunch of videos, and I just don't know which one. I don't know which one. There's a video about horses that's about a minute or two. Look up Tumble Cross. I'd have to find a good video, and I don't have a lot of time to search, so I'm looking through what I already have. So do you guys want to watch a video about horse neighing, or do you about what horses are, not how horses are made, how neighing works, or do you guys want to watch another Anglo-Saxon video? Horse or Anglo-Saxon, I guess is a good way. Either? Anglo-Saxon? Oh my god. Okay. We'll watch this Anglo-Saxon video then. We're not watching a video on how horses are made. That sounds horrifying. Alright, so this is Anglo-Saxon Society by a long, long time ago. I have not watched this. I'm not sure. This was recommended by Sony, so we're gonna get right into this and watch this together.
The Anglo-Saxons. Let's lay the basics down. First of all, who were they?
Who were they?
The Anglo-Saxons were the people who settled in England after the Romans left. They came from parts of what is now Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands.
Yep.
There were roughly 2 million Anglo-Saxons, which, despite being an incredibly large number, is actually very tiny for a population. If you consider that the current population of England is around 55 million.
Oh, damn.
One explanation for this low population could be the low life expectancy and high infant mortality rates.
True.
Most of the population farmed land in order to grow the resources they needed to live. So now we have the very basics.
So yeah, that's the very basics about what an Anglo-Saxon is. They're cute little... Okay, the video needs to be louder. Okay, we'll go back. Let me increase, thank you. Yeah, everyone's been good.
The Anglo-Saxons. Let's lay the basics down. First of all, who were they?
The Anglo-Saxons were the people who settled in England after the Romans left. They came
Yeet
from
the
parts of what
Romans.
is now Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. There were roughly 2 million Anglo-Saxons, which, despite being an incredibly large number, is actually very tiny for a population, if you consider that the current population of England is around 55 million.
That is really, you know, that is really small when you think about it. Like, 2 million versus 55 million? That's a lot of people.
One explanation for this low population could be the low life expectancy and
Womp.
high infant mortality rates.
Not womp.
Most of the population farmed land in order to grow the resources they needed to live. So now we have the very basics. What about the structure of Anglo-Saxon society?
Well, I guess we're going to find out about that next. Mitochondrias. Hey, Jay Sizzle. Hey, welcome. We're learning about Anglo-Saxon people.
Almost every society that ever has been or is has at least some form of hierarchy. Someone at the top, perhaps a king, and a large group of people right at the very bottom, normally the poor.
Yeah, look, they're really small. Look at them. Oh, let's get rid of that, maybe. Look how... Yeah, poor peasants. How many just live in San Francisco alone? I can look that up real quick. Population of San Francisco. 4 million residents. About 5 million residents in San Francisco alone. There you go. About 5.
Anglo-Saxon society is certainly no exception to this. At the very bottom of the social hierarchy were slaves, making up roughly 10% of the population.
Damn.
They could be bought and sold and were seen as property. However, slaves were...
No! That guy just came in! Look what he did! Look at him!
However...
Look, this guy with this porn stash.
Be bought and sold.
Look, he just comes in and he's like, that one, please. Oh my god.
Were seen as property. However, slaves were punished less harshly for committing crimes,
Oh.
so to not damage their ability to work.
Oh.
Across the water, the Normans thought slave ownership was barbaric.
It
But
is.
for Anglo-Saxons, slaves were a normal part of life.
No!
Next up in the hierarchy were the peasant farmers, who made up most of the population, as shown by this diagram I've nicked from the textbook. Peasant farmers would rent small farms from a lord.
Wait. Look at that. That is crazy. Look at that. 10% is really smaller than civilization. I know, but still. I mean, 10% is small, but still, like, no. Wow. Look how many peasant farmers there were, though. I think there's chances are that the people before me who made Edda, like, before, like, Papa Hengist and Mama Hengist, you know, I think, and then before great grandma and great grandpa Hengist, I'm pretty certain they were peasant farmers. I just had this feeling.
From the textbook. Peasant farmers would rent small farms from a lord, doing a certain amount of work for him, before they were allowed to use the rest of their harvest to support themselves and their family. And if they didn't do the work for the lord, they could risk losing their rights to use the land, which would be a disaster.
Well, you give us your wheat. Give us your wheat, or it's gonna be disaster.
There was another type of peasant farmer as well. The churl.
The who?
Churls were free peasant farmers. Peasant farmers who were not tied to their land. Like the ordinary peasant farmer, the churl would do work on the land.
Can I be a churl instead? I think I want to be a churl instead, but maybe I don't. Let's learn more about them.
For a lord. However, they could go and work for a different lord if they wished to.
I want to be a churl.
Moving up the ladder, we find thanes, local lords. By the year 1060, England had between 4,000 and 5,000 thanes.
That's not many.
In order to become a thane, you must meet certain requirements, such as owning more than 5 hides of land. Hides, by the way, was a measurement of land, roughly similar to 120 acres. Anyway, a thane must own more than 5 hides of land and live in a manor with a tower and separate church.
I want to be a thane. Check this out. Yeah, and then the thanes got eaten. Okay, maybe I don't want to be a thane then.
Thanes formed part of the aristocracy. They were its warrior class. Earls sat at the top of the aristocracy, above thanes and second from the king. They ruled over vast areas of land called earldoms.
Earldoms?
They would compete with each other.
Dude, Duke of Earl. Copyright. I don't think that's the same. I don't think that's the same Earls.
As well, through loyalty, to be the most trusted and relied on by the king. Some would even sometimes challenge the king to gain further power.
Oh, wow.
Of course, at the top sat the king himself, but there isn't really much to say about him.
Oh.
He just kind of did what most kings do. Ruled. Unlike the rest of Europe, where...
You'd be chilling in a Bulgarian Garo, the Viking Bros, and a Bison. Shout out to Anglo-Saxon.
Social status depended on ancestry, who your parents were, and their parents, and their parents.
Okay.
In Anglo-Saxon society, there was room to move up and down the social ladder. A successful peasant, for instance, or a merchant who made many successful trips in their ship and fitted all the criteria, could become a thane.
Hey!
Slaves could be freed by their masters, and churls could sell themselves into slavery as a desperate measure.
Oh.
Successful thanes could become earls, earls kings, and bad earls could be demoted to thanes. So there we have it,
Interesting.
Anglo-Saxon society.
What do you guys think about that video? That was really interesting. Edda Saxon the horror. Is that I learned about America from Money Point? That is interesting. That was cool. I learned.
The Anglo-Saxons.
Like, I mean, I knew some of that, but I learned even more. I love the animation. The animations are great. Oh, she's so cute. I like her. Oh, this has been around for a while. I'm gonna have to look more up on them. That's why I sent to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like it a lot. I'm going to watch more of their videos. Please, guys, go watch a long, long time ago. That was a video from them. This is really good. I really enjoyed it. But yeah. Why would someone choose to become a slave? I think she kind of explained it. Let's go back. We're going to go back and she kind of explained a reason why.
A successful peasant, for instance, or a merchant who made many successful trips in their ship and fitted all the criteria, could become a thane. Slaves could be freed by their masters, and churls could sell themselves into slavery as a desperate measure.
So yeah, debt, you're right. Yeah, they tried to get away from a bad situation, like Alex said, or like money. And I guess it's better to be indebted to someone and you have a roof over your head than being dead in a gutter, I guess, you know. I guess that's probably the reason why. I mean, if your choice is work for some guy for hard labor for several years or be dead in a gutter, I think you're gonna choose the hard labor and maybe a bowl of gruel. So, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of debt credit system in the past. Yeah. But, all right. All right, that is gonna wrap us up for today. Did you guys like? Let me play some music. Let's get some music. I need music. Let me swap this. Oops, not this. There. So, did you guys like this video? Did you like the stream? Do you want me to do more of these? Was it interesting? Did you guys learn something? It was fun despite arriving late? Yeah. You liked when we talked about the French? Yeah, you guys like it? You liked it? It was pretty good? Yeah. I don't do too many, reaction stuff, but I think this was neat to learn. And, I think learning together with you guys is awesome. Nushu was interesting. Yeah, Nushu was I think one of my favorite. First 40 minutes were a tech support problem. I know, I'm sorry. We're gonna be using Firefox from now on, so we shouldn't have the problem with that anymore. I do apologize. Soon Xeon history? Yeah, I want to see if I can get a video on a Xeon history. If you guys want me to talk about something on stream, dump them into the stream ideas. I will watch the video and we will watch it together and learn together. Who would thought learning would be cool? Oh, no, you're all good. Yeah. The first 40 minutes were text. Yes, it's fine. Yeah, K-Dog didn't miss much. First 40 minutes were a complete mess. It was giving me so many issues. I apologize. Talk about how it is a pony, not a horse. No, I'm not a pony. But yeah, I'm gonna like cut this up. I'm gonna cut this stream up so we actually can do like segments, and I'll put this on my main channel. I'm probably gonna put the new shoe up. I'm gonna put the medieval lady up. I'm gonna put the rock thing up, and I'm gonna put up the video that we just watched, the Anglo-Saxon. I don't think I'm going to put the curling on the main channel because it does cover a little bit of history, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I put that up there? Yeah, it's okay, Derek. Oh, let me say something really quick before we do. I'm not fully ending. We're going to be going into my Discord, and we're going to be watching the Chinese New Year parade. So if you guys want to, if you guys want more Edda, I'm going to be setting up in here in a few minutes to watch the Chinese New Year. So, yeah. Yes, a huge yes. So, yeah, you guys are, I should put the curling on the main channel? I just worry that it's like, you know, it's kind of off topic for my channel, but if you guys think that I should put the curling on there, we'll put the curling on the main channel too, so. Next time we're going to be doing one of these watch-alongs will be next month. You guys really have to make the curling video, I think, because it broadens the knowledge aspect of things. That's true. Yeah, no problem. If you guys aren't part of my Discord yet, please join my Discord because we're going to watch the Chinese New Year parade here in a few minutes. We're going to do a watch-along. I got about 10 minutes to get that set up. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I will be making these into individual videos and putting them on the main channel. I think it's going to be fun. What was your guys' favorite video? What was your guys' favorite video or article that we talked about today? While I get things kind of set up. Because I'm curious what you guys like the most out of all of that. You get mine. I need to get this set up. The stream was super cool. I really hope you'll make more react to how things are made, like the curling video. Yeah, I want to do more of those. The rocks, Anglo-Saxon. Unfortunately, the French one. The French one was cool, wasn't it? I didn't know about that lady. The curling was so fun too. Let's see. I gotta sign into the minerals react. The minerals were so cool. I almost forgot about them too. Now I have so much material. I have so much material, guys, that for the next couple of weeks to put up on the channel. I'm not gonna stop doing other videos though. I'm still gonna do ASMR and other content as well, but I kind of feel like because people weren't able to fully watch this and they're not gonna sit down and watch the whole thing, especially because of 40 minutes of bullshit, you know, I feel like it'll still be really useful for folks. On the YouTubes, yep, on the YouTubes. Let's scroll down. I want to get this set up. I went too far. But yeah, I definitely want to do more of this React stuff. I normally don't do a lot of React, so this was actually pleasantly enjoyable. I used to do some stuff like this, like way back with, where is it? Wait a minute, where is it? Is that 6 p.m.? It better not be, it said 5 p.m. Where is the... I thought they said it was at 5. Where is it? I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this. Is it really gonna be at 6 p.m.? 6 to 8? I don't even have time to do all that. Surprising the French thing wasn't my favorite, which is surprising because Accordant always ready to scream for pain. Is it at 6? Oh. I mean, technically we could just continue. Hold on. They said it was at... Okay, so I guess it's at 6 p.m. Aren't we advancing the hour? That doesn't start till tomorrow. Till late tonight. Evo, don't worry. I'm sure Dishonor my Anglo-Saxon ancestors for the France was interesting. Well, I guess I could also spend time setting up my Switch too as well. I need to push this back. It looks like this isn't gonna start till 6. I'm sorry, guys. I thought the Chinese New Year thing was at 5. Okay. It looks like it doesn't start till 6. I don't even know why it told me that. When I looked it up, it said 5 p.m. That's why I was like, oh, we're gonna go watch it. Now I have a choice. Now we have a choice, guys. Do we do more reaction? Or do I go take a break? Yeah, daylight saving starts later. What do you guys think? Do you guys want me to learn more? Or do you guys want to learn more, or do you think that was good enough? Let's do more? Charcuterie board loaded? Unfortunately, I don't have charcuterie today. Bathroom breaks? We can go do bathroom break real quick. Why don't we do bathroom break and then we can go watch some other stuff? And then we'll wrap up. So it looks like we still have some time. Does that sound good for everyone? I know we had some people that left, but learning more would be cool. Yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna go be right back. I'm gonna run ads early, and I'm gonna use the restroom, and we'll learn some more, I guess. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. We're back. You haven't told us you're a dream walker? Apparently so. Sorry about being a little bit delayed. My, our DM got pretty injured. I don't know if we're gonna do a game on Sunday. I'm suggesting we don't, considering. Yeah, so I was dealing with that, and I went to go grab a drink. Let's go find something in... he injured his shoulder. They were driving, and they hit a pothole. At like 50 miles per hour. No, he didn't break anything. It's just, everything's really, really sore, apparently. Let's see. Let's watch the horse video then. Let's watch the video. Let's watch the horse video. Take that 20 seconds off. Okay, and I need to pause this. How are horses made? Horses are... Oh, God. We're watching a video on how horses are made, guys. Oh, my gosh. Okay, this is an X video. Is there a YouTube video for this instead? Can we just get a YouTube video, maybe? I don't want to deal with X. A horse whinny is unique. AP. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Alright. Let's get this one. We don't want the X. Oh god, it's Danish. Okay, let's see. Theater mode. Oh god! Loud! Yes, it's Danish. Apparently it's gonna be a Danish video. So this is, A Horse's Whinny is Unique in the Animal Kingdom by the Associated Press Archive. I ran into this the other day, and I didn't really watch it, but we're gonna watch it together.
If they feel left alone, they will do it. If they're calling for food in the morning, they will very often do it.
They're so cute, the little whinny. He's like, he goes,
some make very comforting noises, like ho ho ho, and are like quiet noises, and some are screamers. They would just scream out.
He's so loud. He's like, and the way the lady neighed too was cute.
Pitch starts somewhere here and then goes down, while the high pitch stays flat. Vocal folds are situated in larynx. When they vibrate, that makes the low pitch sound, and that's exactly the same way as we speak. After this sound is produced, there is also a very strong contraction above the larynx that leaves only a small opening, and that creates a whistle.
Oh!
It's exactly the same as speaking and whistling, or singing and whistling at the same time.
So okay, so they talk like people. They're kind of like people. So so when are horses gonna start talking? Like when is Gold Ship gonna be like, bruh?
They can really express the whole range of emotions possible, because they can express emotions in these 2 dimensions.
Oh. Oh my gosh, so cute. So cute. So they found out. Oops. So they found out that like horses are able to like whinny because it's whistling at the same time of like making other sounds. Seems like it's a part of a bigger documentary. It might be a bigger documentary somewhere Apparently, I guess not. I guess there isn't. I guess there's no more. That's just it. It's just short. It's just a really short little video. Oh man, I wish they had like a bigger video. They look like they just woke up. Yeah. But yeah, this is from AP Archive. A horse's whinny is unique in the animal kingdom. This was really neat. Yeah, very informative. Thanks, Denmark. Let's see. See what else we got. Do we want to watch a thing about Io? Do you guys want to learn about Io? What NASA found on Io? This is about a 12-minute video, though. A little bit long. Do we want to watch this one? Or how about this one? Let's actually, since we talked about horses, let's do this one instead. Let's see how long this video is. This is 7 minutes? Okay. Let's watch this. This is from PBS.
Around 30,000 years ago, deep within a cave.
Sorry. This is How Horses Went from Food to Friends by PBS Ions. This was also submitted by Alex Sonia, so thank you so much. Let's watch this video on how horses went from food to friend. Yep. Please don't eat me. I'm friend now. I'm no longer food.
Around 30,000 years ago, deep within a cave in France, ancient humans drew a series of animals in charcoal. A group of elegant, fearsome cave lions. A herd of woolly rhinos with giant horns, some locked in battle. A long-eared owl engraved in clay.
Cute!
With its head swiveled 180 degrees, perched and watching. And perhaps most striking of all, a panel of majestic horses in profile.
Look how pretty! I saw the, I've seen the other, like, images of horses that were, like, fat and cute, and they have little stick legs, but I'd never seen this one before.
All painted by the same artist. These are the oldest known paintings of horses ever discovered.
Wow.
The first of many that show up again and again in cave art from Europe, from around 30,000 to 12,000 years ago.
Yeah, this one. I know this one. This is the one that I was thinking of. Like, it's just fat and chubby and super cute.
In fact, according to some estimates, horses are the most frequently represented animal in the art of this period. Back when those paintings were made in France, in the cave now known as Chauvet, horses would have been a source of food for people, as well as artistic inspiration. But over time, our relationship with horses would shift. They would become our companions and the literal workhorses behind the rise of many cultures and civilizations. But do these ancient artworks depict the same wild horses that we eventually domesticated?
How about that art piece sent in the Discord? Which one? An educational? Oh, the how it's made. Yeah, we can watch some of those after Vivo. Fat Honses! Fat Honses. They're so cute. I like the Fat Honse pictures. They're so adorable. Yeah, I'm not sure which one you're meaning, in the Honse. Hold on one second. I have to scroll up. I'm not sure where. I don't see the... Oh, God! Yeah, the one where you added me. That was a funny Honse.
And do our modern horses descend from just one domesticated population?
Wow.
Or did it happen many times in many places? Answering these questions has been tricky, as we've needed to bring together evidence from art, archaeology, and ancient DNA. Because
it's really important that, like, we have all three of those because, like, art shows a picture of the past and history, you know, is history, of course. So it's really good to have, like, that we actually have, like, records from that time. Otherwise, you know, I don't know. If we didn't have the records, we just wouldn't know about it, right?
as it turns out, the history of humans and horses has been a pretty wild ride. At its heart, the story of horse domestication has been so mysterious for so long because good evidence has been really hard to come by. For one thing, the wild horses depicted in ancient artwork, the potential ancestors of modern horses, no longer exist, which might...
Did you guys hear about they found a group of horses, Przewalski horses in the Chernobyl zone? Like, they're super cute. Maybe we'll look it up after this.
Sound weird because there are plenty of horses that live in wild herds across the world today. But these are all descendants of domestic horses, the subspecies Equus ferus cabalis, that were released or escaped. We call these feral horses, as opposed to lineages of horses that were never domesticated, which we call wild horses. And at the genetic level, feral horses are still indistinguishable from domestic horses.
That's actually cool. Like, I didn't even know like feral horses are still like, I guess they would be, because like we track their bloodlines and stuff. Like that's why we have specific breeds and why we have things like a certain draft horse, like a Clydesdale, and we have Frisians and things like a quarter versus like a quarter horse or an Arabian. So I guess feral horses don't have those those same genetic markers. Is this Gold Ship origin story? Hey, Hamal, welcome. We're doing some reaction educational videos today.
The only potential wild horse that's still around is an endangered subspecies, Przewalski's horse, also known as the Taki or Mongolian wild horse.
Oh, look at the baby! Oh, this was the horse that I mentioned that they found in the Chernobyl zone. Yeah, it has origin story of Neolithic France. Arabian horses are the fastest, no diff. They're beautiful, aren't they? They're stunning, beautiful horses. Look how cute. How Edda looks to me? I'm a Przewalski's horse? I don't know about that. They're from Mongolia. They're from Mongolia.
And I'm pronouncing it that way because that's how Sir David Attenborough pronounces it, and he gets the final word with me. Although also I have heard it called the pea horse.
Pea horse.
For what it's worth.
Pea horse? I don't think I'm gonna call them the pea horse, guys. We're not gonna call them the pea horse here. And do not call me the pea horse.
Estonian calls it the pea horse. What was I talking about? Okay, so today there are only a few thousand of them spread across several populations in Europe and Asia. And we're still debating whether or not these horses were ever domesticated at any point in time by anyone. If not, then they're the only living horses that could truly be described as wild. They're the last living insight into what the ancient wild horse populations of Eurasia might have been like.
I am not a pea horse! I am not a pea horse! No, I'm not a Przewalski horse. No. Do I look like this? Okay? I'm not a pony! Do I look like this? Question. Do I look like this? I don't think I look like this, guys. I'm not a Przewalski horse. No, I'm not. I want this thing to go away. Oh God, I didn't want to do that.
And they bear a striking resemblance to the most ancient depictions of horses, with their short, stocky necks and rigid, bristly manes. You gotta hand it to those ancient artists, they just really nailed it. But Przewalski's horses don't bridge the gap between those ancient artworks and our modern horses, because the genetics are pretty clear. They're not the ancestors of modern domestic horses.
Oh, they aren't. Okay, so Przewalski horses are not. I thought they were.
They don't even have the same number of chromosomes. So where do modern horses come from? Well, for a while we thought that they might trace back to a 5,500-year-old settlement in Kazakhstan called Botai. And in one of our earlier episodes about horse evolution, we even said, I think actually I was the one who said this, that that place was the origin of modern domesticated horses. But the science has changed a lot since then.
So it's changed just like since they made the first video? So since they made, hold on. Since they made this video, the science has changed? When was this made? Hold on, I gotta look this up. That's no horse, that's a horse. Pea horse, chat has been something to span during potty breaks. Oh God! We were, this guy called them pea horses, Przewalski horses. I'm still mispronouncing them horribly. Kazakhstan mentioned. Brat horse? Oh no! Oh, horses took over North America twice. So the science has changed within 7 years? Because the original one, that he's talking about right here was 7 years ago, and the science has changed since then. That they don't think that it's from Kazakhstan now?
That place was the origin of modern domesticated horses, but the science has changed a lot since then. Starting in 1993, archaeologists began finding a huge number of horse remains around Botai. And in 2009, they reported the discovery of pottery that contained chemical residues from horse meat and milk fat. They even found horse teeth with wear patterns that suggested that the horses had been bridled and maybe even ridden. But then in 2018, the connection between Botai's horses and our modern horses was challenged by geneticists.
Oh, that's wild. I can't believe it's like they found that out in like 7 years. The war never changes with science. It changes faster than your average Kardashian. That's really interesting that I just think about like how much science has changed within such a small like time span. Like I guess like you could believe in something for several hundred years and then suddenly just randomly one day it's like, nope, we actually think it's this instead. And then like it's like, wow, that's wild. Science is so cool, guys. Science is so cool.
Who took another look at the remains. They concluded that the horses from Botai had little to no genetic connection with modern horses.
Oh.
In fact, they were indistinguishable from Przewalski's horses.
Oh.
And then in 2021, researchers reevaluated the teeth and argued that those wear patterns could have happened naturally. They even found similar patterns on the teeth of ancient wild horses that had never come into contact with humans. They proposed that the people of Botai hadn't domesticated horses at all, but instead were just harvesting them from the wild for food.
That's interesting. So, I guess... Wow, that's really interesting. So, they kind of like lived alongside them, but they weren't domesticated yet. So, when were they domesticated?
Wild for food. So we still don't know for sure when the first domestication of horses took place, or how many times it happened. After all, it might be that many different cultures domesticated horses independently and just didn't leave behind any evidence, either archaeological or genetic. But
that's kind of sad. I wish we knew. Do you think we'll ever find that out, guys? Do you think we'll ever find like this missing link of like when like we see the earliest like where we see the earliest domestication? Whenever humans decide to pet them like wolves, yeah, I guess so.
thanks to a huge study of ancient DNA, we finally have a good understanding of the domestication event that really matters to us, the one that gave rise to all of our modern horses.
Okay.
In a paper published in 2021, a team of over 160 researchers sequenced the genomes of 273 ancient horses from across Eurasia, covering the last 50,000 years.
That's
and they
wild.
found that up until around 4,000 years ago,
That's crazy. I'm gonna go back because I talked over that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back.
A team of over 160 researchers sequenced the genomes of 273 ancient horses from across Eurasia, covering the last 50,000 years. And they found that up until around 4,000 years ago, Eurasia had a diverse community of wild horses with a lot of genetically distinct lineages spread across the region. Then, pretty suddenly, one lineage of horses just exploded, spreading rapidly across the continent and replacing other horses as it went.
I wonder why. Like, what happened to all the other horses? What event actually caused this?
Horses as it went. This sudden shift marked the rise of the domestic lineage that all of our modern horses descend from. And the researchers were able to pinpoint the origin of this lineage to
It could be disease, possibly.
the region of what's now Russia, around the Volga and Don rivers. There, around 4,200 years ago, people began domesticating and breeding those horses in huge numbers.
Oh, so they found that they were being bred really quickly in the Russian steppe? This is like humans, I guess, and how we're the only ones left? Maybe.
Okay, but so what made these particular horses, the direct ancestors of our modern ones, so successful? Well, it seems that they had some key genetic variants that breeders probably selected for. One of the variants changed the function of a gene called GSDMC, which seems to be involved with the spine, potentially giving these horses a stronger back, making them ideal for carrying the heavy weights of people, chariots, and goods. Another one affected a gene called Ep.1, which is actually involved in the brain chemistry that affects mood regulation, possibly making the horses less anxious and skittish and more docile. So they were.
Oh, so kind of like, have you guys seen the documentary on like the foxes? How like in Russia they were studying foxes and kind of doing this experiment by leaving one wild and then breeding the other ones to be more docile and human-like, and I mean not human-like, more friendly towards humans. And their tails curled up and their ears became floppy and they were super cute, and like they started like domesticating and stuff. It was really, really interesting. I really liked the documentary. Yeah, they bred the other batch to be more feral. Yeah, they did. Yep, they did.
Easier to handle and breed. By around 3,500 years ago, the modern domestic horse had spread far and wide across Eurasia and replaced the other populations of horses. And today, their descendants all over the world come in many different shapes and sizes. From small.
Imagine like, okay, being these like these big horses in Russia that were just these big horses with these really strong spines. You could like use them for like work and labor and stuff and riding. And then suddenly now we have these bratty little ponies that like to bite and nip and just be bratty. And that's so funny. It kind of like reminds me of like dogs, you know, like how like the single like link for like dogs and for what like modern dogs are now, and like there's a Chihuahua and then there's like a Great Dane.
Ponies to massive draft horses, who can all trace their homeland back to the grassy steppe of Russia over 4,000 years ago.
Yes, they said they were able to be ridden. Yeah, they said that this explosion of the of this particular horse from Russia was specifically bred to be used. Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah.
Over 4,000 years ago. Without these horses, human history would probably be unrecognizable to us.
I think
Nearly
so.
Everywhere they went, they transformed the way we traveled, farmed, and waged war, almost overnight in evolutionary terms. And we still find horses just as fascinating and beautiful and mesmerizing as those ancient artists in France did 30,000 years ago. And we're not horsing around when we thank this month's eontologists.
Chase Archambault, Colton, Michaela Freedy, Annie and Eric Higgins, John Davison Ing, Jake Hart, and Melanie Lamb Carnevale.
By becoming an Eonite at patreon.com/eons, you can get fun perks like submitting a joke for us to read, like this one from Philip.
Yeah, I love the video.
Like popping rocks. I mean, yeah, okay. And as always, thank you for joining me in the Konstantin Honse studio.
That's cool.
Subscribe at youtube.com/eons for more journeys in deep time.
So yeah, if you guys want, make sure that you follow PBS Eons or like give them a thumbs up. I'm not signed in right now because I'm using the Firefox and whatnot. But they have really good videos. I've watched a lot of PBS Eons, and I highly recommend watching PBS Eons. There's like a lot you can learn from them, and a lot of the videos are kind of short, like within 5 to 10 minutes, and I really like them. They're really good, so please go support them. Let me look. Let's see. It's 5:24. I think we could do at least one or two more. Let's see. Let's watch this one from Bebo, how tea is made. God bless the mighty pea horse! We want to see how the horses are made now. I am not showing you how the horse is made. Let's see how long this is. Hopefully this isn't too long. Okay, yeah, this is really good. This is only 3 minutes. We're gonna watch this video from how it's made. Thank you, Bebo, for sharing this. We're gonna learn how tea is made. So we're gonna learn how tea is made, not how Honses are made. I'm sorry. I don't want to look up how a Honse is made.
Tea is the second most...
Hold on. I know this is not loud enough.
Tea is the second most consumed beverage globally, after water. The variety of tea is influenced by the extent to which the harvested leaves are allowed to oxidize before they are dried. Black tea is made from leaves that are fully oxidized before they are dried.
Best tea? I don't care. Best tea is black tea. I love black tea. It's so good.
This process gives black tea its rich color and strong flavor, while green tea is made from leaves that are quickly dried or steamed to prevent oxidation. This helps preserve the leaves' natural green color and results in a lighter, fresher flavor compared to black tea.
I didn't even... Okay, hold on. I didn't even think about it, guys. Like, I drink a lot of What the fuck is a twee? I drink a lot of tea, but I never thought of why black tea is black and why green tea is green. So, I guess, in my mind, for the longest time, I just thought maybe black tea leaves were just black. I know that's not the case, but when I think about it, I kind of felt like black tea I always thought was like black leaves, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know why. Stop! I drink a lot of twee woo. No! No, not twee. No, tea.
Oolong tea is partially oxidized, falling somewhere between green and black tea. The leaves
Oolong tea is good too. How chocolate milk came from brown cows? Now we have moon merch ideas.
are allowed to oxidize for a specific period before they are quickly dried. This process gives oolong tea a unique flavor, which can range from floral and light to more robust and fruity, depending on the level of oxidation. Tea is made from the leaves of a flowering plant called Camellia sinensis, also known as the tea plant. This includes varieties like black, green, and oolong tea, which differ in how the leaves are processed.
How long tea? No, leave me alone. Oh, chamomile. Chamomile tea is so good. Black tea is just going through a goth phase. Spill the twee, sis. Leave me alone. I hate it here.
Other drinks, like herbal teas, are not made from this plant and come from a variety of herbs, flowers, and fruits, but are still commonly called teas due to the way they're prepared.
Oh.
The workers hand-pick what is known as the flush, a group of 2 young leaves and a bud that grows at the top of the plant. This part of the plant is prized for its tenderness and flavor, as it contains the freshest leaves.
Just the tip. We just drink the tip, right?
Flush is harvested at a specific stage in the plant's growth, when these young leaves offer the best aroma and taste. During this time of year, the plant produces a new flush every week or 2. After the flush is hand-picked,
That's so much tea! For tip Joseph prepared. Quick fan artist, make the tea box for Edda brand twee.
the leaves are transferred to the tea factory or processing plant in trucks, where they undergo the necessary steps to become the final product. The first step in the oolong tea process is known as solar withering. Workers bring the leaves into a building with a glass roof and spread them out in the sun for 15 to 20 minutes. This initiates the oxidation and fermentation process as the enzymes in the chlorophyll of the wilting leaves begin to break down.
They're putting the tea underneath a tanning bed.
Simultaneously, the moisture within the leaves starts to evaporate. Workers continue to move the leaves around to ensure even exposure to the sun. Next,
Remember, guys, to have even exposure to the sun if you're a tea.
Next, the leaves move on to step 2, indoor withering. They are spread out on trays for about 7 hours, during which they are gently stirred every 2 hours, allowing them to oxidize further.
Is this why tea's like so expensive? Because it has such a long process? Like, I mean, good tea. Like, if it's... Thankfully, I'm not a twee plant. God damn it. So, like, is this why, like, good tea is so expensive? Because the process?
Then the leaves are placed into a rotating drum, where they tumble and bruise, tearing the leaves apart. This process breaks down the cell structures and speeds up the fermentation process. Workers then halt the process by tumbling the leaves in a gas-heated dryer for 10 to 15 minutes. This step, known as fixation, locks the oxidation at the desired level, which can...
Tumble twee! Can't rush a good twee connoisseur should know that. Oh my god. I'm Romanian, so as a vampire I must hide from the sun.
range from 9% to 83%. This stage is the most important as it sets the final taste and color of the tea. The next...
So, if they roast it longer, I guess it does have the different... It does have the different flavors then, because like the green tea becomes green tea, right? And the oolong becomes like this middle thing, and then the black tea is like the more robust flavors. So do they just take the same tea leaves, or are these like tea leaves like dependent on breed? Is there like breeds of tea, or is it like that black tea can come from the same tea, green tea? I don't know. I guess they're probably not going to explain it.
Next step shapes the tea leaves into small pellets. The leaves are bagged in a cotton cloth and placed into a kneading machine, followed by a rolling press to look like small pellets. In the final step of drying the damp tea, the workers transfer it to an oven, where it undergoes 3 drying cycles of 20 minutes each at approximately 205 degrees Fahrenheit. This reduces the moisture content to 4% or below, while also enhancing the tea's fragrance. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in another episode.
That's cool. Like, I liked learning about that. That's really interesting. Twee tea minutes. Leave me! You guys are so mean! There is the original chai plant. You can also make tea from different plants as well. Yeah, like, I know, like, they were saying that, like, of course, herbal tea, or herbal tea, as they were saying, like, you can make it out of different flowers and stuff. Like, there's rose tea, and then there's, like, chamomile tea, and... Oh my god, chat. And there's other, like, types of tea, but, like, I'm curious, does, like... But does, like I was saying, though, like, does black tea come from the same tea that, like, green tea comes from? Like, does anybody know that? If you guys know that, post in the comments below. I'd love to know, you know? But, yeah. Your twee is cute. We're not mean. We're just imitating cute. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. You guys are so funny. I guess we'll watch one more video. Let me see. Let me look. I already looked at that. You should make a video of twee learning experience. Oh my god! Black tea does not come from green tea. Rather, both come from the same plant, Camellia sinensis, and becoming a different types based on the processing. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I was wondering. I was meaning the plant. Like, did it come from the same plant? It's like, that's what I was meaning. At least I know. Thank you, Titus. I appreciate you. Let's see. How long is this? I need to see how long this video is. Is this long? Is this long video? Yeah, this is too long. This is 33 minutes. We can't do that right now. That's gonna be too long. Someone gave me a video on why the Normans failed. Same plant, different processes. Okay. Oh, let's see. There was... let's see how long the Gunpla video is. Okay, yeah, let's watch the Gunpla one. This will be our last one. There's a chocolate video. Oh my god. We're gonna watch this video. Let's watch this video. This will probably be our last video, guys. Then we'll wrap up for the evening. Norman, he... So, this is, building... let me try that again. Hey folks, this is Building Focus through Anime Model Making from NHK, and this was submitted by Mr. Efred, I believe, and we're going to go ahead and watch this video as people talk about building Gunpla. Let's see, I might have to increase the volume.
Here in New York City, children can enjoy a variety of programs from sports to music. One class that's popular with kids right now is a workshop rooted in Japanese anime culture. NHK World's Inouyuki reports.
In a city known for its diversity, there's no shortage of unique after-school programs for kids. Today, I'm in Brooklyn to check out a one-of-a-kind workshop that's becoming more and more popular. Let's move to this room.
It's really cool when, like cities and counties and stuff create these programs for kids to find something to do and after school. It's really important enrichment. Like if schools don't provide it, having the city being able to provide this sort of program is really nice, especially because a lot of kids don't know what to do with their lives now. It prevents them from always being online.
So if you could take a look over here, all these tables, the kids are assembling a plastic model from the famous Japanese anime Gundam. But people call these Gunpla, which is...
I have this one, and I had this one. Screw afternoon soccer, I'm building damn mech.
is combining Gundam and plastic models. And for me, I used to get it from my grandparents, and I loved Gundam Seedo, and in fact, I love this one here, Gundam Wing. This is really small, smaller than my hands, the head's smaller than my pinky. Well, anyways, this is a weekly 2-hour session aimed for kids aged 8 to 15. So let's hear from some of the kids about what they are up to.
That's so cool. You have two of them. I had the Calibarn, which we're recently building, and I have the Guel's Delanza that we saw, that purple one. This is so cool, though, for programs like this for kids. And it's like once every week in like 2 hours. That's actually really cool. Cute, the reporter's a fellow weeb, yeah. Yeah.
So, hi there. Hi.
Hi.
So, what are you building right now?
I am building the Ra Gundam.
Ra Gundam.
Yes.
Can you show us to the camera?
Oh, yes. I've built the upper body, the torso, the arms, and the head.
So, what's fun about this Gunpla building?
It is extremely fun because you get to build your own piece and you get the experience and know where everything is, and it's completely customizable.
Thank you so much.
Oh, they're so cute. That poor kid is so nervous. You can tell. He's like, I just want to build some robot, and this guy is sticking a mic in my veins.
So let's ask another one. Hi there.
Hello.
So what are you up to?
I'm building MGSD aerial.
Can you show it to the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got it built already?
Yeah. I'm just like adding details and panel lining now.
So what's the challenge of building these Gunpla?
A lot of the times it's really difficult to like figure out where a piece goes, and it might be like difficult, especially with more difficult and harder kits like this one.
Good choice, good choice. I think that's great, though. Like, they have this program. This is really cool. I actually have this in my backlog, too.
Do you lose pieces sometimes?
All the time.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So let's now hear from the founder of this workshop. His name is Inoue Keisuke. He's an IT engineer from Japan. So same Inoue-san, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa, domo.
So Keisuke, tell us, why did you start this workshop?
Let me see. I think even the most outgoing and nervous on camera, unless they're used to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so as any Japanese guys in my generation, I used to do this when I was a kid. And then obviously I graduated at a certain point, but then a few years back, like I started redoing it and I really enjoyed it. And to my surprise, my daughter enjoyed it too.
Oh.
And to the point, like, she told me to start an after-school program so that, you know, she can enjoy this with her friends.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, that's like how like I've mentioned this before. Like I got into like Gunpla because of my dad, kind of by proxy. He never builds Gunpla or anything. He feels like it's very expensive compared to what he normally builds. He builds like model trains and he also builds like model cars and stuff. And because of him, I grew up building model cars and planes and stuff, and that's because of him I ended up getting into Gunpla because I saw anime and I swear I can talk. I put on the spot. But yeah, I got into it because of him, by proxy, because of regular Playmo, which is plastic model kits, and I just started building after I watched Gundam Wing.
And I've noticed that it equally appeals to boys and girls.
Yes.
What do you think the fun part of this Gunpla building is?
Yeah, one of the part of Gunpla building is it requires like a lot of skills. So like painting is one, but just building like Legos. But it's not only that, right? Like, because it requires like sanding, smoothing the seam lines, and then customizing it. So there are so many aspects of Gunpla, and it's an interesting, good way to start like new skills, learn new skills, and for today's generations, like you need a lot of brain stimuli, but you know there's no shortage of that in Gunpla.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my dad did encourage me to continue building it. Like, he asked me kind of recently if I had any pictures of stuff, and I sent him a bunch of pictures, and he was, like, really happy to see them. Model Trains is very dad-coded. Yeah.
That's it, and then the other one? I got you.
Helped by instructors, they learn the techniques of model making, from proper use of basic tools to applying details and adding custom parts. A ventilated spray painting booth is available for those who want to add extra personality to their models.
They have the whole setup. They have like a spray painting booth. That's awesome. I want to go back just a little bit so you guys can see that. Like, that's so cool. I want one of these. That would be so neat. Like, the fact that they're even having the kids learn how to do the spray painting or the airbrushing is really cool. Wow.
Want to add extra personality to their models. Each student completes 2 to 6 model kits in 10 weeks. With all the distractions of technology competing for children's attention, activities that require deep focus are increasingly seen as important for helping them concentrate. So parents too are welcoming the Gunpla trend.
Yeah, that was something that I was mentioning earlier, that I feel like it's really important that we have like hobbies like this, like traditional, I don't even want to call it traditional hobbies, but like physical hobbies. I mean, I love being online and talking with you guys and like writing and reading and stuff. But I just really feel like having like a physical hand hobby is really good. Especially I heard like recently like Gunpla and like even crocheting has helped seniors with Alzheimer's.
You know, as a parent, we're all concerned about how much the kids are on devices on a regular basis, whether they're in school or out of school. And I try to make sure that he's not on devices all the time, that he gets things like this where he can just be challenged, use a different part of his brain.
Major change that
Very good mom. Very, very good mom.
I think in his confidence, his ability to build these are kind of complex. I'm watching him right now. He's like, I got this. I can do this. He likes the challenge, and it's just gonna get more difficult and more difficult and more difficult. But he has it. You know, he got it.
I don't know if it get that difficult, my dude, but yeah. I mean, after you build them, you get really used to them, but still, like, takes time, and you're still using, like, your hands for something.
So, Keisuke, what is the most important skill that the kids can get from this Gunpla building?
Now, one of the most important skills from Gunpla is patience, because you make mistakes over the process of making Gunpla, or you lose parts, or you break parts. Like, all those moments teaches you a lesson. Like,
look at all the kids underneath the table. That is so amazing. Like, yeah, like when I go to my Gunpla meetup, like anytime like someone drops a piece, everyone in the Gunpla group stops, and we all get on our hands and knees and are looking around for this one little part usually. It's so cool.
you step backward and have to figure out what the workaround is. I'm an IT engineer, and this is like all day what I do, right? Like, I make software, there is a bug, I need to figure out what the problem is, and I solve the problem day to day. So it's a really good life lesson.
And also, before we go, I want to ask you, what's your greatest satisfaction bringing this Gunpla to the Brooklyn kids?
For Alzheimer's, mental challenges are cool to remedy them. Parkinson's, physical activity helps them for neural pathways that most nullifies effects of it. Yeah. Really important that, like, it's really important that even into adulthood, you guys remember play. Like, play is important to the brain. It's, like, pretty much required.
Yeah, so, today's kids, in this fast-paced life, I really like to see kids learn, like, that working hard itself is a rewarding experience. So they value the process over the, like, immediate outcome. And I see so many kids started realizing that, like, they will just keep doing it because they want to perfect it. It's for nothing, right? It's not for school grade, it's not for payment, but it's just for their satisfaction. They will try to perfect their work.
So it's more about the process, I guess.
Yes, that's the idea.
Thank you so much.
The process is really important because it teaches other skills, like he said, patience and whatnot. Like, that's super important for kids to learn patience.
Gunpla isn't just about putting pieces together. Kids learn the joy of creating and sharing their passion with friends. It's not a piece of cake, but a skill that goes beyond a simple hobby. Inoue Yuki, NHK World, New York.
That's actually so cool. I'm glad that, like, NHK, like, covered this. This was really cool. Like, it legitimately, that was really cool. So let me pause on that. I wanted to talk with something nice looking in the background that isn't a person's face. There we go.
So,
come on. Pause there. Okay. Yeah, that was really cool. I'm glad that I took time to actually watch this. I wanted to watch this a while ago, but I just waited, and I was like, I'm going to wait to actually do it on stream. I'm glad that I waited. If you guys haven't done any Gunpla, you should totally try it out. Either entry grade or high grade, some of the best ways that you can get into the hobby. There's different retailers and stuff, and it's generally pretty, like, cheap. I tend to say that, especially if it gets on sale, you can get them as cheap as $15, or sometimes cheaper depending if it's entry grade. And $15 is the price of a movie ticket, which you'll go see a movie for maybe 2 hours. This has not this specific build, but like building Gunpla can take upwards of 6+ hours. So, I mean, yeah. I want to thank everybody for hanging out and watching today's It's Just Horsetalk, and I hope you guys will enjoy future, episodes. And yeah, so let me go ahead and let's go ahead and tab on over to Just Chatting. Yeah, there we go. Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really, really fun. I think I definitely want to do more of these. A lot of you personally is super fun. You guys want to see more? You want me to do more reacts? Because I know like some people said in the past that they weren't interested in reaction videos, but it seems like folks here seem to enjoy it. We learned a lot about Twee and Pea Horse. Thanks for the first. God. Hey, Pascal, how are you? We are wrapping up, but if you're in my Discord, we're going to be watching the Chinese New Year parade. Ready for more Twee videos. Reacts are cool. Yeah, I like doing this sort of react where it's educational, and that way I have something I can add to it. It's not just like staring and like silently and, you know. Did you guys mind if I paused the video and talked about things? We should drink some Twee at the oh god. So were you guys okay with me pausing the video and talking about it? Yeah. Reaction videos are cool every so often, just annoying that all the streamer does. Yeah, I'm only going to be doing it once a month, and then I'm chopping the videos up into individual episodes that people can find on my stream. The Gunpla video is probably going to go on my second channel. So, but yeah. Worked just fine, you liked it? Reacts are good if the content is good? No, of course not. You'll have to add your own thoughts, of course. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wanted to pause and talk about the things that they were saying before moving on. It just feels more fair. What's the second channel? It is Extra Eddahengist. Extra Edda. That did not link. It's supposed to. Just not every 5 seconds. Yeah, I try not to post every 5 seconds. I want to give it a little bit of time to talk. I hope I didn't pause too much. I was trying to figure out a balance. Pause and talk is preferred to like tangents and opinions. Here we go. There we go. It doesn't have anything on it right now. Yeah, it doesn't have anything on it right now. It used to have, like, other videos, kind of like how I did. Like, I used to chop up and put videos on there, so... I will be putting the Gunpla video up on that channel, because it doesn't belong on my main channel, I feel like. I might put the French Feminist on the second channel, just because it's a little bit more controversial. Thank you for the subscription, I appreciate it. I plan on doing unboxing videos. I plan on doing unboxing videos and putting them on there and doing like tool reviews at some point. So it's just a channel that's just going to be just extra crap that I have. So, but yeah, we have a lot of, we did a lot of stuff today. You have to script it, I didn't know about it. Yeah, I haven't like really like announced it too much. I don't know when I will actually have stuff on it. I will try. I'm gonna try to spend this weekend trying to cut up things a little bit more and getting them set up for the main and second channel. So extra Twee channel. It's not Twee. Oh my gosh. It's so cool with you promote the second channel with the community post in Discord. Yeah, it's just, I don't have a lot to put on it yet, so I didn't really want to promote it because I just don't have a lot of time. Again, it comes down to needing, like, it comes down to really needing to hire an editor. I really do. We need a Twee channel. Oh my god. Should we have some Twee with some Gregs? But yeah, let's go ahead and find some people to raid out to, and then I will be on, we're gonna watch the Chinese New Year parade on Discord. Let me see what we got going on here in mute tab. Let's see. Hey, Animan, I'm gonna read you guys out to Animan. He's building some Gunpla. We're gonna read him. He's a good friend of mine. We're not getting a Twee channel. You guys are not getting a Twee channel. Oh my, Greg sausage rolls a Twee with our Pea Horse. Oh my god! No! No! And then I'll send you guys over to Tomoe on YouTube. So thank you all so much. I will see you guys in a little bit if you're in my Discord. If not, I will see you guys probably on Monday, but I'm thinking I might do something on Sunday. We'll see. I don't know if the TTRPG is going to happen because poor DM. If not, I will see you again very, very soon. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.